Yes. What is? Oh my God! My headphones were very, very loud. What is going on, everybody? Let me get rid of this real quick. And here we are. How is everybody tonight? It is Thursday night. That means we are Wrestling Outlet. That means I am Boxman, and across from me is that sexy man in green. My God, I thought he had front row to Raw.
God, I will never wear this shirt again now. Thank you. That's of all the things one could call me. That I don't know why, but I just like very instinctively just hate that Mark Wahlberg, Wizard Generation. Hate that motherfucker.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to.
I don't know why. I just for some reason I just like every time I see his face, I just want to just fucking hit him as hard as I possibly can.
I mean, I get it. Here, you got it. There we go. I'm trying to get you volume, and I'm like, well, I could just use my goddamn mixer. That would help.
He's on every fucking show every week, and he always picks the same spot. Like you could pick a different spot. Like if you're really there just to be a fan, you could even take a spot off camera. Like you don't. How fucking big of a fucking mark are you for yourself that you just always have to be on camera on every show? Like now that he has to have worn off, it's been like fucking 20 years.
I think he's like the son of a ref or a production guy or something.
I really truly believe, because it does not impact my life one way or the other, so I can totally believe this if I wish to. There's a conspiracy theory that he's like actually Vince's like illegitimate son. And I just choose to believe that.
Now, if you had said he was James Ellsworth's brother or something, that I would have believed in a second, because he's got a little James Ellsworth going on.
Tony Ellsworth.
But I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Then I'd be using that shit for more than fucking tickets to fucking events. I'll tell you that.
A brother that nobody knew about for a while. It was like fucking Tony McMahon or some shit.
Yeah, there is. There is. I think he passed a little while before Vince, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, if he passed at all, then it was a little bit before Vince, because as far as I know, unless you're about to drop a bombshell on me, Vince is still alive and kicking and raping.
Oh, don't worry. Vince is alive, yes. Kicking, I don't know. Crashing cars. We'll get into that a little bit later. Crashing cars, pretty good. But yeah. We've got a bunch of stuff to get into tonight. And you know, Smark, just when you think you've seen every goddamn thing in wrestling, just when you think it, just when you thunk it, next thing you know, you go online and you see something like this. I mean, it's funny, don't get me wrong, but the people laughing in the background pretty much is everybody's reaction. What the fuck is this?
I'm just more impressed that the people laughing in the background indicates that there are people that paid money to attend these shows, so I mean, good on them.
I guess you didn't know what to expect, but that's a lot of people in a ring, number one. The ring was dipping into the lake water. I don't even know where that was. I don't know if that was. I don't know where that was.
Dollars to fucking it's Ireland or Australia.
Who thought that was a good idea? I don't know, Steve. I wanted to play it again. I can play it one more time.
Yeah, play it again, and we'll see if we can parse out any details that might indicate where this was located.
All right. Look at flag in the ring. Right here. What? The CACC?
They're all very melanin deficient. So I'm assuming this is like some kind of, this is Ireland's fault.
I don't know. Is it the Cauliflower Alley Club?
Extreme.
Club? Cauliflower Alley Club. That's probably what it is. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I think they needed bigger floats. A great idea would have probably been to throw those tubes right there in some tractor tires.
Oh,
That's what you do. You throw them in some track
I
suit
was
tires.
I was wrong. Not super wrong, but I was wrong. Apparently, I just did a quick search. According to MSN, that's as far as we're going to take this. This is MSN via WrestleZone. It's a French promotion.
Okay, okay. That could make sense
A
too.
French promotion
That
gained
makes
some
sense.
attention for the unique way it hosted its latest live event. Catch as Catch Can hosted its Surliu.
Okay.
It's pronounced like that too. It's like very wavering. There's upward inflations as though you're not entirely sure how to pronounce it or not. The event was unique for its location as competitors battled on a floating ring on Canal de Saint Quentin. And God, wow, no, we're done. We're done. This is just a bunch of French words and it's scaring me and making me feel uncomfortable.
All right. I got to try to pronounce some Japanese word later, so I'm still not trying. I'm still nervous about it. So I'll let you slide. I'll let you slide. Um, yeah, I just thought that was one of the. I'm like, I thought I had seen almost everything in wrestling. I've seen people dive off of crazy things, but I don't think I've ever seen what I just saw. I don't think
I've
so.
seen a variation of that because, like, they mentioned it in this article, and I remember actually watching it as a teenager. Uh, Not this part. It was his Gorgeous George once wrestled Masked Marvel on a floating ring at Seattle's Aqua Theater on Green Lake in 1952. That's not what I saw. More recently, Japan's FMW hosted a 13-man battle royal where the losers swam back to land. Additionally, FMW had also hosted an electric pool match in 1994. I've seen that. FMW has done like where it's had a ring out in the middle of like water.
Oh, electric pool match. What could go wrong? I mean, seriously, what
Oh,
could go
they
wrong?
always looked really good. And the reason that they looked really good was because they were always wildly dangerous. They're like they did like an Inferno match, but not like Inferno proper. It was like a flaming ring match or some shit with like Sabu was in it, Sheik was in it, and like the ring got so hot that the fucking logo on the canvas started melting, and like the Sheik got burned the fucking shit, and so did Shabu.
Ugh.
It was on an episode of Dark Side of the Ring. It was the FMW episode actually.
Well, I'm thinking how long until Red Bull just has a ring flying, floating through the air on a hot air balloon? And if they get thrown out the match, they have to skydive.
But I was actually thinking
Learn to pull that
I'd
parachute.
watch that.
Oh shit!
You fucking
I actually would watch that
you edit
too.
in like the Wrestling Society X explosions and shit. That'd be pretty dope. What I would like to know is like
Oh,
imagine if you're because this is apparently like I said, this is a French promotion. This is the first time it ever dawned on me that there might be a wrestling scene in France. So like imagine how mad you would have to be if you've been like wrestling in France for like 10 years, 15 years, because nobody knows who you are. The only time anyone has ever paid any attention to the wrestling scene that you're performing on is when like 8 people in the middle of a river somewhere just started sinking in a floating ring. Like you'd be so very pissed off.
there's more than 8 people in that ring. There was like
Well,
20. It was
Tennessee
crazy.
educational system. What can you do?
Yeah, there you go. Well, I was a public school kid too, Smart.
Hey,
Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I could not believe when I fucking saw that. Oh boy, what people will do. What people will do for a little extra cash, I guess. But yeah, I thought that was fucking hilarious, man. I don't know. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but I guess someone did. They're lucky that thing didn't just fucking flip over on top of them right there. So anyway, Smark, we don't really have any deaths to start off with tonight, but we kind of do. Now I don't know how much you know about Joey Swerve, and Joey Sturgo, I believe. Who you know about Joey Smart?
mhm.
Where's are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, there was a very
How
big
much do you know
lag
about
and
Joey Swole?
delay there for a second. Yeah, a decent amount. Like I couldn't tell you where he
I'm sorry.
grew up or anything, but I know about him. I know the videos that he makes. He calls people out at the gym for being impolite, but kind of encourages such behavior, because if he didn't make those videos, if people didn't do the videos that he makes fun of, he wouldn't have a content stream. So he like almost kind of needs them.
True, but he also does, like, if someone comes in and does something real, I like the motivational people and people that actually go in and the supportive people. I've noticed those have been his go-to videos probably for the past couple months lately. That's what he's been doing. Well, he's a bodybuilder and an influencer, and I guess you could call him a gym influencer. But, you know, and he knew Hulk Hogan personally, but not very. What?
She says, after my life shutting me down basically during this pregnancy, I'd like to officially declare my penis dead. Salute. Run the silence, 10-bell ring.
Salute, sir. Don't worry, you'll have another kid soon, and then you'll be like, oh, look, it does work. Hey, oh, hey. But yeah, Joey Swole was friends with Hulk. And, you know, they knew him personally. So on the day Hulk Hogan died, he posted a picture. Actually, it was a video. But there's Joey right there. Posted a video of him working out. It was an old video of him working out dressed as Hulk Hogan with Real American playing behind him. You know, just a cool, what he thought was just a cool little thing to do, having a little bit of fun. Well, I don't think he had too much fun. I think the internet laid into his ass. I mean, and by the way, let me clarify something here. This wasn't wrestling fans. This was not wrestling fans doing this. I am not saying this was the IWC going after this guy. What is happening?
So there apparently is a fucking doppelganger podcast that it's a sports podcast. It's listened to by about 10 people, so it's like a direct rip off of ours. And there's hosted by some guy named Cheese and some guy who looks vaguely like me, and by that I just mean that he has short hair and he's stubby. So like there's a weird doppelganger situation going on, and they also like they're just weirdly racist towards Puerto Ricans, which is weird, but hey, anyways. Speaking of being racist, Joey Swole.
Show called Boobs. It's called
no, it's some fucking. It's like True Sports Talk or some shit, but like sports spelled with a Z, like we're in 2000.
Oh,
yeah, these
really?
motherfuckers are
True
stealing our shit.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool right there. But yeah, Joey. What in the fuck is happening here? Like every dog just ran by here barking at once. I don't know what just happened. Anyway, Joey got crucified by, let's be honest here, the left is who crucified this poor fucking guy who actually tries to do a few good things. Oh, there you go. The sports with a Z truth. Oh my Lord. You know what, Smark? Give me like 5 fucking seconds here. Hold on. 1 minute.
Speaking of sports, Box is going to do his best Michael Vick impression, so I feel sorry for those poor dogs. Anyways, long story short, I think what Box was about to say is that Joey Swole like endorsed Hulk Hogan, and then he got a bunch of people that were saying, hey, this guy is a just wildly racist motherfucker who likes dropping the N-bomb. So he tried to stand up for himself, and that went awry, and I think Box will tell us more.
What in the actual fuck?
I set the scene for you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sure you. Okay, I'm
I
sure you did.
didn't think fast enough to upload any videos in your.
Well, it's pretty obvious this guy grew up idolizing Hulk Hogan. Most bodybuilders grew up liking Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno, and Hulk Hogan. Well, after the crucifixion, um, after the crucifixion of Joey, what he did is probably the worst thing he did. And people like Robert Frank, and I'll tell you the truth, this got to like, I mean, I think the article I have is from fucking like Newsweek.
Okay,
Oh, New York
so like
Post.
what starts to happen because there's been a lot of detours for just random things, dog noises, and fucking random sports shows. He posted pictures of him dressing as Hulk Hogan, and he said things in favor of Hulk Hogan, and a bunch of people were like, "Hey, he's kind of wildly racist." So instead of just
Well,
simply ignoring that, he decides that he's going to stick up for
actually,
himself in what could possibly be the worst way possible.
oh, he apologized, first of all. Never should have
No, he really
apologized.
shouldn't have, because
But
if
I
he
mean,
just let the
he didn't
comments
even
ride, like he just let people be like, "Hey, fuck you," or just "Hey, you shouldn't support him," or just whatever, and you just completely ignore those comments, you're fine. He responded, and then it got
yes. Then it got worse, but he really didn't say too. I mean, he didn't say much. Like all he said was "R.I.P. to a legend" and one of my inspirations to start working out. Like I said, if you grew up back then, you liked Arnold Schwarzenegger, you liked Lou Ferrigno, and Hulk Hogan. The guy probably was a big fan of the 24-inch Python. Look at this motherfucker. He's not a small fucking guy. He's a small head, a little bald, but he's not a little guy. But I mean, but in the video, he said, I had no clue what Hogan was doing. And this is where he fucked up worse and worse.
Did he ever?
And I read on the horrific things that he has done. And I'm apologizing. Oh, don't do that. Don't apologize. Now they got you. Now they got you. Well, he says he's quitting social media. And like I said, Robert Frank put out a video today. That's that funny. I don't know if you know who that fucking crazy guy is. Robert Frank is another kind of gym influencer, but a little different. He makes fun of a lot of stuff, is what he does. All his videos are kind of oh, you know, us Jews don't give up things that easy. So
We'll play true north, anyways.
So I feel pretty sure. I don't know, man. I mean, look, listen, last week I wasn't trying to tell anyone they're not supposed to feel this way or not supposed to feel that way. I get it. I do. I understand. But my God, it's just if someone says something positive, do we have to immediately call them racist for that?
Did you not? Because I thought we were going to get to this at some point, but did you not hear the word he used while going on the defense before he said the apology?
Yes, he said colored. He said colored athletes instead of athletes of color. He fucked up a little bit too. Okay, he did, and he apologized for that too.
It's really not. It's not the best tactic when you're trying to either stand up for yourself or apologize or just sort of share your point of view and just sort of justify what it is that you've been doing when you haven't really been doing anything wrong. You get the benefit of the doubt when you're just like, hey, I just really like Hulk Hogan. I grew up with like and all this shit, but like you called people coloreds.
And I don't think he meant it. I think he meant athletes of color, and it just came out bad.
Really hard.
The guy was obviously shook. He was shook.
Let me ask you a question.
He was shook.
I'm going to cross-examine you for a second. And
oh, okay, sure.
If the true answer is a little bit too disturbing, just go ahead and lie to me. But have you ever accidentally called somebody a colored? Like it's just not what happens. Like I've never accidentally used that word. I've never purposely used that word, or have I?
No.
I can tell you what, my grandmother has
Don't-
purposely used that word a couple of times, and that's made for some rather uncomfortable dinners.
No. I mean, I have colored with crayons
Mhm.
before.
Now,
That
did
I
you make
have
sure
done.
to separate the black ones from the other ones? Okay.
No. Always liked the black. It's kind of my favorite color. I usually have a black shirt on. So
I
no,
just like
no,
I understand like
do that.
this is the idea of like he could have worded it better, like maybe it said something he didn't intend to say, but like when you throw the word colored out there, it's just so like it's hard to dance on that one. Like it'd be like if he was like, look, I didn't
Yeah,
mean
and
to
then, I
hurt
mean,
any
he
of you darkies feelings. Oh, what the fuck are you saying? Like dial it back.
he didn't say that.
Like look, if I upset any of you chocolate folk, it's like no, quit digging, quit digging.
I do agree with you though. If he had just left it alone after the first video, let the comments run its fucking course, and go about your a couple days later, go about your fucking business.
I have witnessed it so many times in my life. Like anytime somebody accuses you of being racist, like it is a fucking Chinese finger trap. Like the harder you try to fight against it,
But yeah,
you will inevitably end up saying something that is like way worse than what you were being accused of saying. So if you're just like, hey, sorry you feel that way, or no, that's not what it is, you just leave it at that.
well,
But then he just kept pulling, and he eventually ended up fucking it up.
the problem now is if you didn't wear a mask during COVID, you were racist. You were far right. You were extreme right to some people. If you didn't get the vaccination, you're a far right racist. Right there. There you
Well, I
go.
did get the vaccination, and the autism
Far
it
right.
gave
If
me
you're
allowed me
pro-life.
to break several PRs when it came to the gym stuff. So that's pretty cool.
There you go. But yeah, I'm just saying it's kind of hard to judge where anyone's saying coming from nowadays. But I do I just think the guy just all he said in originally was just R.I.P. to a legend, somebody I looked up to. And here we go.
Well, but then there's the other thing is a
Yeah.
matter. He was like, I did my research, and it turned out that he said some things, did some things that were not cool. I don't believe that you didn't know. Like, if you're a fan of that guy, and if that guy's your friend or whatever, like, it's almost impossible to know about him and not know that shit happened.
If you're not like a big wrestling fan, I mean, I'm sure some of it he had to have known with the Gawker case, and because that was not wrestling dirt sheets
I think
putting
we're
that
like
out.
this
That was
close
fucking
to making a movie
Newsweek
about it.
and
We talked about that. It was supposed to be like Chris Hemsworth or something.
yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Maybe he is that out of touch. Who am I to say whether he is or whether he's not? I don't know. Some people do just have a life and go about it and not listen to news or worry about it, or things like that. It's possible. I'm not. I don't. I don't know, but it's possible, I guess. I don't know, man. But where? Who gives anyone the moral superiority to just say you are not allowed to do this because I think the guy is this? I I don't get it.
Well, I mean,
I don't get
was
it.
anybody trying to do that, or is people just like leaving comments of like, "Hey, this guy's a racist piece of shit. You probably shouldn't endorse him." Was that the issue?
Well, okay, but again, I mean, that is an opinion. Not everyone believed he was a racist. So that basically what they're saying is, I think he's a racist, and you're a piece of shit for saying anything about him. So I'm the better person, even though I just called you a piece of shit. You're not the better person. You're really not. You're lambasting someone for just simply saying, I'm sorry a guy died. I'm sorry his family is hurting. I'm sorry there's people that loved him that are hurting right now.
Mhm.
That's not a bad thing, not a bad person. Some people believe in second chances. Some people have already forgiven Hulk Hogan for what he did. I'm not one of those people. I still think he never apologized. I believe that he never really apologized. I believe he apologized for being recorded, like we said last week. That's my belief of the whole situation. I also believe he used that word like he has used it more before he got recorded, possibly more after that recording.
More after he got recorded.
It rolled off the tongue a little too comfortably. But Joey Swole didn't say the word.
Right.
Didn't say. I mean, he said. Well, he said colored instead of. But anyway,
like I mean, that is like you're digging deep into like old timey racism type shit there. Because like I've only ever heard one person in my life ever use that word, and they were born in the 50s. So it's like,
yeah. But basically, what I'm saying is, no side here really has any sort of moral hierarchy, moral superiority to anything. Let's face it, everybody has made a mistake. Probably a lot of these people that are yelling at Joey Swole have screamed that word during a song that they're listening to or singing along with, or any other way. So
I was going to say that actually that makes me think of like a joke that I believe comes from Nick Mullen, where he says that the only time I ever use the N word is when I hear rap music. But what can I say? I really hate rap music. Just, but yeah, no, I get what you're saying. But like, I mean, it is what it is. Like, nobody should theoretically have the power to do that. But like, what he ended up doing was like kind of funny because he ended up like fucking himself over like with both sides. Because he tried to cater to one side, he isolated the other one, and then he ended up saying stupid shit that isolated himself to the side he was trying to cater to. So, best thing you do in situations like that is when somebody leaves comments that are like, "Hey, you shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that," you just ignore it and move on.
Yeah, you're right. Because he had one side pissed at him for saying, or even thinking about saying to anything good about Hulk Hogan. And then he had the other side pissed at him because he kowtowed and bowed the knee to the other side and made an apology video. So, yeah, both sides. Now, he said he's quitting social media. Like I said, I hope he doesn't. I hope he continues to at least make the videos. I think a lot of those videos are pretty good. I think those videos are actually pretty good from him. I like them. Like I said, I kind of like the inspiring ones better. The ones where the guys go, like a guy will walk up to a girl and be like, "Hey, you did that really good. I can't believe how much you're lifting. When did you start?" And I like those videos better than the ones where he just trashes some little OnlyFans slut for doing what OnlyFans sluts do.
I mean, the thing about that, like, to the ones where he like shames people for like being mean to people at the gym, it's like, okay, but you're giving them a platform that is probably bigger than the platform they were on. So like, you're giving them the attention that they want. And like, even if you're calling them a dickhead or whatever, or trying to get them banned from like Planet Fitness or whatever the fuck, it's like you're still providing a platform, which I guess is ultimately.
This guy should not be going to curves.
I guess it's kind of ultimately ironic and funny too that like a lot of his videos have gotten people kicked out of the gym, justifiably so because they're being assholes. But now one of the videos that he makes is getting him fucking forced off the internet for a week. This shit'll blow over instantly. The whole fucking thing about like, oh, I'm not on social media anymore. Maybe not, but like he's still posting videos. He posted a video today.
Oh, I didn't see one.
Apparently it was like a couple hours ago, 6 hours ago, something like that. I don't know.
Well, good. I mean, like I said, and like I said, a few people, but I couldn't believe this was going out to like Newsweek got a hold of this, New York Post got a hold of this.
That must mean that there's something actually important going on that they want to distract us from.
Yeah, some of the right-wing guys got a hold of this. I can't even think of which one. I think it was Matt Walsh or something got a hold of this story and was talking about Joey Swole. And I'm like, I am
actually genuinely surprised that we didn't end up here sooner. Because I thought for sure that this would turn into another, like, as soon as he died, it would turn into a us versus them type bullshit. And just everybody would completely ignore the actual, like, transcript of him dropping the N-word over and over again. But we hadn't ended up there yet. But now I think that's probably where we're headed.
No. And shit, WWE has done 3 fucking 10-bell salute tributes to the guy. I don't see anyone calling for boycotts out there. I've been waiting for them.
I-
I'm looking. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Where are they?
I kind of think that most people like know kind of who WWE associates with, and like it's either your choice to accept that or to like not deal with them, because like they're still doing those fucking Saudi Arabia shows, and they still, you know, they don't not shy away
And
from
they
who they
always will,
support.
as long as no, they don't. I mean, Jesus Christ, we're gonna play a video of Triple H at the White House today with Trump, because I think they're doing. You know what? Is that the next one? Hold on. You know what? That's a story. You know what? We'll just start getting into that right now. Anyway, folks, like I again, really quick. Last week, I wasn't trying to tell anyone they're not supposed to feel one way or not supposed to feel another. I didn't get any heat for anything I said, but I kind of went over it again, and I was like, might have been a little harsh, but not completely. I'm not apologizing for anything I said. I didn't say anything that I didn't mean, but I've been a little harsh. I mean, I wasn't, like I said, I get where one side can feel one way, but like I said, there's some people that believe in second chances. Some people have already forgiven the guy. Some people really didn't give a shit. Some people really, to be honest with you. So, definitely allowed to feel how you feel. I just feel if you are wishing on the death of another person after that, if you are celebrating the death of a person, which I saw a lot of, and if you're basically wishing death on anyone, I'm sorry. I think you are not a good person at all. That's just the way I roll.
There you go.
That's all I was saying last week. Wasn't trying to be mean or harsh or rude, but that's it. I look, I believe in karma. Karma's a bitch. You wish to death, you wish someone else's death, something bad's probably going to happen to you. That's all I'm saying. And I don't even wish that. There's one person on this show I've ever said I hated, and it was Leo Rush. And if he died, I would still be respectful.
Fair enough.
Mostly.
Well, we'll see.
Mostly. I think he's the only person I've ever said I hate on this show. I don't think I've ever used that word for anyone else. Ever. Because I don't really hate anyone else. I don't have hate really in my heart for anyone else. That guy just is a fucking little prick. Retire. No, I'm not retiring. Oh, I'm going to retire again. No, I'm not retiring. Oh, look, you guys are looking at me because I retired and didn't retire. Shut the fuck up. Retire.
See, I will give you credit then if you truly like don't hate pretty much anyone, that is fine. But I am somebody who likes to experience a multitude of emotions in life, and hate just happens to be one of them. So there are plenty of people I hate. I will just go ahead and say that you're a better person than I. You can get the gold medal. I will have the spite and the vindictiveness and the fucking bitterness and the contempt.
Maybe I should change that. You know what? I actually kind of agree with Luke here on this one. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, yeah. Luke says I won't wish death on people, but there are plenty of people who I won't shed a tear when it happens. Exactly. I'm not actively rooting for anybody to die, but there's also like people.
No, that's fine.
Like, when it happens, what are you gonna do?
I'm not asking you. I didn't shed a tear when Hulk went. It hurt a little bit. It was sad. But that was it.
What the fuck did he do? I'm assuming he means Leo Rush.
I just think the guy is a little fucking worm. He's a pain in the ass. Like I said, he retires and then he comes back. He did it again. He goes to companies. He leaves companies by retiring. He's just. I get it, Steven. I get it. But I'm just saying, out of every person I have said something about, I think he's the only person I've ever on this show used the word hate for. And it was the only real example I could find of me because, like I said, and you know what? I may hate someone for an hour, but I get over things very fast. I will have a knockdown drag out with my kids, and 10 minutes later, I'm like, "Can we go get something to eat? I'm starving." So
There you have it. I
and
think really
yeah,
the
I get it. Oh
only
well,
wrestler.
no, not all these athletes do it. Hmm.
I was gonna say I think the only wrestlers I think we've ever talked about that like I sincerely hate outside of just the people who have done like despicable crimes, a la like Benoit. And there was like that one wrestler that was out here like fucking his daughter or whatever. Um, Outside of those people, they just do despicable shit. Yeah, oh, that's who it was. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's. I'm glad I didn't say it because I was thinking Jimmy Valiant. I didn't want to put that on him, but I was like, I know for sure
no,
that
it's
there was
Buck
somebody
Zumhofe.
out here that was diddling their daughter. Yeah, so fuck Buck Zumhofe, but that kind of goes without saying.
Yeah,
The only two that I've ever really like, you can honestly say like with absolute like not as a joke that I hate is Sonny and fucking Braun Strowman. Sonny for basically just never taking any accountability for anything and just continuously being a horrible person for just decade upon decade. And also, she may or may not have killed somebody with fucking drive and fucked up. So, like, justified. And then
well,
the Braun Strowman thing is
she
just
was
like,
convicted of it, so
exactly, yeah.
I'm sorry. She was convicted of it, so there was evidence that she did cause it. So please, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I
Yeah.
just wanted to back up your story. Please go ahead.
So there you go. She killed a man. So I don't feel too bad for like having genuine hate in my heart for that one. And then just the Braun Strowman thing of just being like calling people like basically panhandlers when they're trying to like raise money for independent wrestling during a pandemic where they can't work anyway because all of the shows are forcibly shut down. It's like fuck you and fuck you and fuck you and fuck you. Like the fact that you spent like the rest of your career making fucking choo choo train noises is just it's justice in my book.
Justified.
Well,
Um, no, I see, Luke. I don't see every athlete doing that. I don't see every athlete retiring and coming back, retiring and coming back. Not like he did at a young age. Listen, I mean, what AJ Lee? She retired. She hasn't come back, and I don't think she will. I think she's very happy doing what she's doing, not taking bumps. And every women's pay per view, AJ Lee's coming back. You guys watch AJ Lee. AJ's coming back. She hasn't been back once yet. How you doing, Norab? But I just don't see a lot of them retiring and coming out of retirement like as young as Leo Rush. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, I mean, I don't
Oh
hate him
no,
the way that you hate him, but yeah, I think he was being kind of attention hoary. But then Luke does also have a good point, and you like explained. But there are a lot of people in professional wrestling that do the whole fake retire. Terry Funk retired 87 times.
but but that's but not at fucking years old.
It's kind of hard for me to think that Terry Funk was ever 28
Well,
years old. I feel like he just came up boom at like
he had to
35.
be at one point.
He's fucking.
He had it for at least a year. He was 28. I promise you that.
Mhm. His knees are already fucked up. He probably retired when he was 28. That's probably the first one. There's a it's one of my favorite New Jack quotes. Was like he was saying that he gave a speech at Terry Funk's retirement. And he said that he hoped he invited him to the next one,
Uh-oh.
and it was just like, "Dip, that's what happens." Ooh,
I
shit!
think Nora, I've got a second computer.
Hello, it's Hugsy. Can I join? It looks like it.
That's right, Nora. Terry Funk forever. Forever. Forever.
I'll say this: I
Forever.
don't make that decision, but
Forever.
oh, and to answer Luke's question, yes, Luke, she was that whore. He was asking if Sunny was that whore, and I'm
Hmm.
assuming that the answer is yes.
For a second there, I thought you were talking about Sunny Kiss, and I'm like, easy, Smart. Don't
Well,
don't
no,
Joey Swole us.
it's a whole nother. Hmm.
I got no problem.
Yeah,
I got no problem with Sunny Kiss. Um, okay, so let's see. We've done the floating ring thing. Nora, we're gonna get to that with Florida. God, I miss those crazy fucks over there in Florida. But speaking of some crazy fucks, there was a little thing going on, a little conference going on at the at the White House today. Trump signed a executive order, one of his very many executive orders he's signed since he took office. This one is going to revitalize the presidential fitness test. I can't wait. I hope we get to see this like on TV or something. This would be a great fucking thing to watch. But Triple H was there. I've got a picture and I have a video. But if you give me a sec, I'll put the picture up real quick for everyone in the chat. And then we'll get that video playing in just a minute also. I'm going to put that picture full screen so you guys can read the bottom there. But you see, he signed the executive order. You see Triple H over there, big smile on his face. You see the Vice President Vance over there, looking like the dark character from a comic book or something. I don't get the eyeliner eyes. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
But anyway, his buddies lurking behind Triple H.
I don't know. I don't know who these other three gentlemen are.
He's the only one that looks like he was forced to be there, but he doesn't kind of want to be. Like everybody else seems like they're having a good time.
Well, the guy right over Trump's left shoulder looks like he's baked out of his mind. He's like, yeah, this is fucking awesome, man. But anyway, maybe he'll introduce him. Let's play the video. Mm-hmm. We'll do that. Let me get this out of here. And we'll play the video. It's only 51 seconds, so it's not anything big. But here we go. Triple H speaking at the White House. Oh, wait a minute. I need to add it to the scene. I'm sorry. I fucked up. Media. Video. Let's go.
Thank you to President Trump. Thank you for this honor. I'm humbled by it. I'm truly honored to be on this. Vice President Vance, thank you very much. Secretary Kennedy. Truly appreciate all that everybody is doing for the health and wellness of the entire country. For me, since I was 14, this has been such an important part of my life. Health, fitness, sports, nutrition, all of it. I think learning that at a young age sets you up for success in life. And without it, you're at a lesser place for it. So I look forward to the opportunity to do this. I look forward to the opportunity to help make our youth healthy, help get them engaged in sports, and let them learn what it takes to be successful in life. So thank you very much for the honor. Thank you.
There you go. So I expect boycotts of WWE tomorrow. Triple H to be just absolutely torn apart in the media. I'm waiting for that. Let's see what happens, folks. No, I listen. They're really trying to push nutrition in this administration, and I get it. I see what they're doing. It's not a bad thing. They haven't done any bad things. I love how everyone's like, "Oh, they took the fluoride out of the water. Oh my God, when we drink? How many of you motherfuckers still drink tap water? Be honest with me. You really do."
Yeah, I swear to God, I'm not fucking paying fucking $2-3 for a bottle of water. Fuck that bullshit.
Oh well, my water here is not drinkable. Honestly,
my water here probably isn't drinkable either. But I have enough shelf vodka running through my veins, and it won't make any difference.
No, my water here, literally, I gave it to my dogs for the first couple months we lived here, and it tore their stomach apart. As soon as I started giving them different water, they were much happier. So,
you brother bring up a good point. Everybody's got facial hair except Trump.
Really? Hold on.
I believe him.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I got that picture again. Where did it go? There it is, right there. Let me restore it. I accidentally deleted it. So here. Let me pull that folder back up. There it is.
Couches in the room. No, JD, leave the couch alone. Bad JD, naughty JD.
Oh, he's right. Trump's the only one without a beard. Mm-hmm.
Norris says, I miss Triple H with his long hair. I don't think he's ever had a beard, has he?
No, Trump's never had a beard.
Luke says he looks like he's off his Ritalin, which could really be the case of anyone that was in the Pitch Award video.
Yeah, are they all off? All of them? I get it. $24 for $3 Canadian. All right, we're gonna have to do some money exchanges here. $3 Canadian to US. That is
$87.50.
$2.17 according to. That's $2.17 according to old Google here. That's pretty good. That's a damn good deal. I, however, just go fill up bottles, and my water is free. Matter of fact, we have to go do that. We used our last bottle today. I mean, you guys see the water bottles over this shoulder. We fill all those.
This is full of tap water.
There you go. Well, we fill all these back here behind me. I got more out there, and I got more outside in my shed. So then we have some out there for the dogs. So but my water here, if you go take a shower and you soap up in the bathroom, you get in the shower, you soap up. When you're rinsing the soap off, you don't know the soap is gone. That's how nasty. My water is slick.
True North would like to know, okay, the well water is bad, so what does Box give his Mexican housekeeper?
Well, she's used to that Mexican water. She doesn't get the shits like my dogs do.
It is. I think you basically just imply that you treat your dogs better than the service. We're at least making somewhat of progress until you said that, because he did not accuse you of tying her up this time.
Yeah, I was kidding. Obviously. No, but we are on a well water, and I would assume the pipes here are probably old as shit. I mean, if I'm boiling, like if I'm making pasta, I'll use the tap water. That's fine. Well, I put salt in it anyway. Put a bunch of salt in there and then do that. But I don't know.
Lucas was talking about Trump. He said he looks a little fidgety when Triple H was talking, completely disinterested. I mean, to be fair, I was also relatively disinterested when Triple H was talking. Some shit about children are the future or whatever. He wants to give the children steroids.
Yes, he said, I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the
way.
Show them all the steroids they possess.
Children of the future, give them the needle and let them shoot away.
Shit. Actually, Flint water might be better than ours, but no, we're literally on a well, and I know we don't have a well on our property, so I think the only water well is like a mile and a half away from us, and I would assume, like I said, those pipes are probably nasty. So we don't do much with our water. Like I mean, that's how we got our little dog. My wife was getting water at the fountain, and or the, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So there you go. That's how we do it. But we cannot drink the water here. I wouldn't touch my water. I wouldn't drink it. Won't let my dogs drink it. I'll let the chickens and everybody drink it. That's a different story. They're outside. And the pigs, they can drink whatever. They drink muddy water. They don't give a shit. So, but yeah, it's I mean, like I said, it's not a bad thing what they're trying to do with all the nutrition and stuff. You cannot complain that they're getting rid of fucking some of the red dyes and shit like that out there. So, I don't know. I just on the heels of that, Smark, Norab came in, mentioned. Go ahead.
Norab said tsunami water. Steve Butler said, I lived on an Indian reservation as a kid and drank well water, which was cloudy as fuck sometimes. And Luke says commuted. Says nothing because it keeps getting fucking highlighted. community wells. Is just amazing. Cholera.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why I pronounced it such a strange way.
I don't know. Yeah, and this isn't the first time I've been on a well. When I lived in North Carolina, we were on a well, but the well was on our property, and the water was not bad at that time. So, what?
Oh no, nothing.
Oh, 10 years ago today, Roddy Piper. Wow, is that what
I
that
thought
is?
that's what you were alluding to. He had mentioned when he came in.
No, came in. He had mentioned a story or something about today or tomorrow being Hulk Hogan Day. Well, he wasn't lying. It really is. Tomorrow really will be Hulk Hogan Day in Florida. I know you think I may be kidding, but I am not. I want you to read this right here. If you would like, you can read this. This is from the officer of the governor, Mr. DeSantis. And in honor of, he wrote this on social media today, in honor of great Floridian Hulk Hogan, we are lowering the flags at the Capitol and in Pinellas County tomorrow, half-mast. Additionally, I'm officially declaring tomorrow, August 5th, 2025, as Hulk Hogan Day in Florida. Rest in peace, brother. So, oh boy. So, there is going overboard. I think this is it. I think this is going overboard right here. They get into his whole career and the whole NW. They even get into the NWO and all that stuff. But there's a whole thing here. And tomorrow, on August 1st, they are going to celebrate Hulk Hogan. That is what is going to happen in Florida. I miss these crazy son of a bitches every day down there in Florida. But so there you go, Smark. Like I said, I think there can be going overboard, and I think we just found an example of it.
I am sure that will go just completely peacefully, and there will be no incidents that are recorded and played over and over again. And this will not further our divide as a culture and as a society. I'm sure everything's gonna be fine.
Well, the post itself created enough division on its own, Smark. As you would imagine, the post itself created plenty of divisions and divisiveness in itself. But yeah, it's just now. I don't know if this is going to be an annual thing. Usually, when they do this, it's an annual thing, but. Here's what they say at the bottom. To commemorate his life and legacy, I hereby declare August 1st, 2025 as Hulk Hogan Day in Florida and direct the flags of the United States and the state of Florida to be flown at half-staff at the state capitol in Tallahassee, Florida, and at all local and state buildings, installations, and grounds throughout Pinellas County from sunrise to sunset on Friday, August 1st, 2025. Good idea. Keep it only during the hours of daylight. That's a very smart idea. That is perfect for Hulk Hogan right there.
Yeah. You don't want those flags flying at half-mast when it gets dark out.
When it gets dark out there, man. Brother.
Mm-hmm. So, speaking of potentially dicey decisions, Nora would like to know: is $30 worth Stuttering John worth it for a photo? So, is paying? Would you be willing to pay $30 for a photo with Stuttering John? I feel like if you have the money and you have like your bases covered, of like you have food and like water, shelter, those things, you have the money that you wish to spend, just go right ahead.
Are we back to Canadian again? Or was this U.S.?
Well, it's NORAD, so I'm assuming it's U.S. dollars. I mean, if
okay.
Stuttering John accepts Canadian dollars, I get it. But Stephen Butler says if Stuttering John came to Toronto, I wouldn't buy a photo with him. And they paid a lot of money for a photo with Hulk Hogan. Don't post that on social media, and please do not call anybody the C word. Please.
No, he's hey, Canadian is not a bad word. Okay, calm down. I actually wouldn't pay that much for a Stuttering John photo myself. I am not that much of a fan, though. But you, sir, listen, if you think it's worth it, absolutely it is, man.
See,
nobody's fucking money on you. If you want it, you spend your money on it. You work for your money. You're allowed to get whatever the fuck you want. I would never tell you not to or to. I wouldn't do that.
Just don't buy TNA tickets if you live in Colorado. That's a very deep cut reference that only you should get. But anyways, Dorette says, I like Real American, the song, not the beer. I mean, have you had the beer?
I still haven't been able to find it here, man. And I'm surprised. I'm in Texas. I figured Texas would pick that shit right up. But I don't know. I guess we'll figure out what's gonna happen there. But I guess we'll find out what goes down in Florida tomorrow, everybody.
So he says, I'm not traveling to Chicago, so presumably that's in Chicago, which would imply that there'd be an extra cost for like gas money, potentially food. We're looking at things being a bit more pricey.
Oh, no, nobody wants to do all that shit. Nobody wants that. The bad thing is there are two options for that C word in this context. Yeah, but where you're from, they throw the other C word around like it's fucking hello. And I do mean
cunt.
Cunt
Is sort of
I do mean cunt. That's exactly the word I was going with. I swear to God, it's the word I was going with.
So is it only two, or can I think of potentially another one that would be equally offensive? Because I can guess the first two, but is there another one that's like out there that I'm just not seeing?
Yes, cancer.
I mean, you can't really call somebody. Well, I guess you could call somebody a cancer.
No, you could call them cancerous.
That is an astrology sign.
Yes. I don't know. Is it Caucasian? Oh my God. Is it Caucasian? It's Caucasian, isn't it?
Actually, I can think of three now. I think about it. We're there.
Okay. Corduroy. That's a bad one right there. I know. Don't call me corduroy, motherfucker.
Oh, four.
Call me corduroy. Oh, Jesus Christ, Smart. Calm yourself. I can't even think of four.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Well, Joey Swole
see, that word wasn't even on. That wasn't even in my mind. That word until it just got posted now. God damn it.
Well, Joey Swole said one of them. Luke just sort of implied one of them. So we're at two here, and then 3 and 4 are both a variation used to refer to Asian people.
Well, I saw this shortened version of that word for many people calling each other that word last week. So.
Z would like to know, was Stone Cold Steve Austin mad at Roddy Piper when he died?
What?
I'm just reading what the chat says. Huggsy would like to know, was Stone Cold Steve Austin mad at Roddy Piper when he died? As far as I know, no. Box, would you like to elaborate?
I don't know, but I mean, all these horrible people out there. Stone Cold Steve Austin did beat the shit out of Deborah. Everyone fucking loves that guy. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, him and Pat Patterson had heat because allegedly Patterson molested him or tried to molest him, and then Roddy Piper had to sit there with a straight face and pretend that he was surprised that Pat Patterson was gay, even though everybody literally knew on that fucking episode of Legends House. I'm not even trying to say anything derogatory about him or just gay people in general, but it's like, really, you're sitting here. It's like, I got a big surprise. It's like, you're really going to do this, Pat. You're really going to make us pretend that we didn't know. Everybody knew. Get out of here. Even that fucking co-host lady knew that he was gay before he even announced it. Hey, Pat Patterson, the gay wrestler. What?
Everyone knew. Everyone knew. You know what? Good on Roddy, though. He did his job. That's what Roddy was good at.
NORAD says it's $450 for a ticket to Chicago.
Oh, you look okay. So you're looking at $450 for that. So you have to get a room. Might need to rent a car. I'm not sure. And by the way, Chicago's not a very safe city right now.
You don't say.
So you're gonna have to get a bodyguard, weapon, something. Do not carry a gun. Do not carry a gun.
I mean, in all seriousness, as somebody who is like has relatives there and visits there sometimes, I haven't been there in a couple of years, but like, you're fine in the daytime. Just get the fuck out of there at dark. And also, like, you could potentially, I mean, that's still going to cost them money, but like, they have a train system.
And this is why they are only lowering the flags from sunrise to sunset in Florida, folks, because you have to get the fuck out of there.
That's right.
You know what? And to be 100% honest, a lot of places after dark are dangerous fucking places. There's places people tell me not to go around here because it's fucking dangerous.
Well, yes, but like I would say the difference, like, because I used to live in Illinois. I was not really Chicago proper, more suburban Chicago, but I've been downtown quite a few times. But then, like, the funny thing is, you move into Tennessee, like, you watch the news here, and like, if one person gets shot, it's like, it's what starts the news, the local news. They make a big deal about it. It's a big focus. Like in Chicago, like if you watch the Chicago news, like they basically fucking just run down everybody that got shot, like it's in the fucking in memorial segment on like the Emmys, where they just like, here, the following people have died today. This is like a fucking 2-page long scroll that takes 20 seconds.
Yeah, it's sad, man. It really is.
It is.
It really is. Just all the violence going on over there.
It says, I think the story that went at the time that Roddy Piper has Will Sasso on his podcast. Sasso did his Austin impression, Stone Cold got mad. Okay.
No, I didn't think I thought Stone Cold liked that impression. He was on Mad TV once, I believe, with him. Or no, Will Sasso was on Raw.
You're right. You're right. No, because there's an episode.
Both ways I'm right, aren't I?
Yeah, Stone Cold was on Mad TV. He did a sketch. Sketch. Third time's a charm. He did a sketch where he was fucking supposed to be Tony Little, and Will Sasso was Stone Cold.
Right.
Which Tony Little is a very topical reference these days, but it kind of sort of made sense at the time.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know about that. Sasso did a lot of impressions. He was pretty good at them too. Mm-hmm. So, but let's go ahead and get into the next little thing here. We'll roll into that real quick. So AEW, we all know that they've been doing a little, not AEW themselves, but Warner Brothers behind the scenes have been doing a little thing. We announced a couple of weeks ago that they were going to be kind of separating their companies, going from one doing regular, TV and one going streaming. So what they've done here is they've gone ahead and split the divisions, and they've revealed the names. So, since it's been since 2019 already that we've seen Dynamite on TNT and TBS also sometimes. So according to the Hollywood Reporter, the streaming and studios company will be named Warner Brothers, and then all the other networks that they have, just regular TV networks, are going to be called Discovery Global. So that's how they're going to do it. So they're going to keep the streaming and whatever movies and all the TV shows, studios they put out, but all the network stuff is going to go under Discovery Global. So it sounds to me like AEW is still going to be under the Warner Brothers umbrella, I guess you could say. So now Warner Brothers will include Warner's Film, the TV studios, DC Studios, HBO Max, and the TCM cable channel, which I believe is Turner Classic Movies, I think. Now, Discovery Global will include former Discovery and Turner linear channels. Oh, I was wrong. Including TNT, TBS, CNN, Cartoon Network, Discovery, Food Network, and HGTV. Will also include the company's international TV channels and the Discovery Plus streaming service. So, it's actually a little backwards how they wrote this article. I just noticed that because it said the streaming and studios will be... Okay. Anyway, it looks like they'll be on the Discovery Global banner, not the Warner Brothers banner. So a little change. I don't know if it'll really make any difference in television. I really doubt it. But there you go. They're getting a little change going on. Probably nothing with their company, but something behind the scenes is happening. Yeah. What do you think of that?
That's entirely convoluted, not necessarily so. That they're just like divvying out their entities like all over the place, all willy nilly with no real rhyme or reason. Doesn't seem like it makes a whole lot of sense.
No, it doesn't really, but in the business sense, it will, because they'll have two different entities. You can have one making income off the other. It's going to be great for taxes at the end of the year for both divisions. I'll put it that way. And if one of them takes a loss, you don't pay taxes on losses.
See,
there's about 50 tax reasons I can think of why this is a good business decision. Only.
Well, there you have it. True Noise says, please tell me that Fink's eulogy for Hulk Hogan ended with Hulk Hogan has been eliminated. Like, that's the best Finkel I can give you. I'm sorry, Craig.
That would be nice. That would be fun.
This is a Kevin Kelly lawsuit story that came out this week, a big deal.
I didn't see that.
I can look into it real quick. And he also said, I like the new Superman movie. I did not see the new Superman movie.
Yeah, I haven't either. I haven't even watched WWE Unreal yet, and I meant to watch that, but I'm seeing mixed reviews. I'll put it that way. About all I can say there. But Smart, while you're looking that up, a few weeks ago we brought up something about Tony Khan and AEW not holding, I guess, what you would call traditional production meetings for their company. You remember this whole conversation?
Mm-hmm.
Vaguely. Okay. I get it. Vaguely. I know. Well, according to Yahoo Sports, with a story by WrestleZone here, and according to Figure 4 Weekly's Brian Alvarez, Tony Khan has started finally holding some of those meetings. Now, according to Brian Alvarez, he said, I'll talk more about it on WOL today, but Tony Khan has been doing actual production meetings for a while now, getting the top agents, announcers, etc., all in a room together to go over things before shows. He noted on X. So he explained a little more and said, Tony, the older production meetings was he goes and he meets with some guys, and he meets with some other guys, and he meets with other guys, and then he talks to the agent, and then he does these other meetings throughout the day with other stuff that doesn't have to necessarily do with wrestling. So finally everyone told him, this isn't what a production meeting is. You need to actually have a production meeting. So that changed everything, and they are actually now doing production meetings. What do you think? Isn't that a good idea to finally start doing that? Which might be why the show has been better the past couple months.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like if you're going to have a TV show, having at least a general outline for how it should go wouldn't be such a bad idea.
Yeah, it definitely helps when you've got everyone in one room and y'all can all brainstorm together. You get on the same page. Um, I do wonder if Excalibur sits there with his little mask on
Mm-hmm.
in the meetings. I would beat him senseless if he did. But yeah, I think this is a good idea. You need to have this. You need to get everyone together. You start doing all these crazy meetings. I'm going to meet with this guy, this guy, this guy. First of all, Tony was probably catering to their time. Whatever time you want to do it, I'll do it. And then by the time you do all that, you're just running around meeting with people. You're not really getting anything done. And then you got to go tell someone else. And then by the time you get it to them, it doesn't sound the same way. Get everyone in a room. Get it out. Probably much faster this way. You get it out, you get it done. And I think the show's been better for the past few weeks. We've commented on it. So
I would agree with that.
yeah, I definitely think it's been a lot better. So
That's if you're into actual wrestling, I'm going to piece later. Yeah. Good night, Luke.
well, we dance around the wrestling a little bit. We try to stick to a little bit the topic, but
Somewhat, yes. Occasionally. Yeah.
it doesn't work. It doesn't work, but we try. We really do. We really do.
Truno says, I have not watched wrestling in decades, but I know who the big WWE stars are. What the fuck is going on with Charlotte Flair's face? I saw her on ESPN today, and she looked like Skeletor.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
Becky Lynch looks like her evil sidekick. I hate to tell you, but anyway,
plastic surgery. Lots of plastic surgery.
that and I don't know what is. I don't know Ozempic. I don't know what the new thing is where girls want to be this skinny now. But Becky Lynch, I'm sorry, she does not look good. She doesn't look good the way she is right now. She looks frail. I don't know if you've seen her lately, but she looks fucking frail.
Yeah, I mean, with her, I'm a little bit more understanding, I think, because like she has not too far removed from having a kid, so it probably has something to do with her psyche.
Dude, that kid's 2
Is it?
now.
Well,
Hold on here.
I don't know. Fuck her then. I was trying to stick up for her. I mean, based on the comments that you made not too long ago about the whole WNBA, we know that you hate women, but I was trying to like offer
What?
you.
Wait, what?
A couple weeks ago, you had gone on a long tangent about how women's sports isn't marketable because they don't hold the venues, kitchens,
No.
or whatever. I don't.
I had factual information that women's sports is not. I did not go on a rant. I had factual Google information.
It seemed weird that you used the viewer ratings for the baking shows as an example on why they should be doing that instead of shooting basketballs or attempting football or whatever. That seemed like that was a bit much.
Actually, I am wrong. That child is 5. That child was born in 2020.
Okay. It's a COVID baby.
So, yeah, actually, if you think about it, that is when she left right at the beginning, like right at the beginning of COVID. And child was born in December. So, yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah, COVID baby.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the whole
2020 baby. So 5 years old.
the whole Ozempic thing is weird, and especially like the people that get all defensive. That's like, there's no way I could have lost weight on my own. People just automatically assume that I'm on Ozempic. I mean, I am on Ozempic, but you shouldn't just assume. It's like, well, then what the fuck are you being defensive about?
Yeah. And I mean, look, they still got to keep that weight off. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's an appearance-based business, and then people you're fucking unfortunately judged based on how you look.
true. But, I mean, I don't see Otis jumping on the Ozempic, doing just fine.
Ozempic Otis. I like it.
I don't.
They should hire somebody that's like, they
Not
should
at
hire
all.
like an indie wrestler Just make him grow a beard that's like skinnier than Otis. You make him grow a beard. You just call him Ozempic Otis, and you just do an angle where like Otis gets like hooked on Ozempic, like fucking. What was her name? The girl from
They
Saved
could
by
do
the
that.
Bell.
The Ozempic Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
What was what?
Oh no, I was saying you get somebody. You do an angle where like Otis is fucking strung out on Ozempic, like how fucking Kelly from Saved by the Bell is on the pep pills.
There you go. No, I have no problem with any women's sports. I just simply gave factual information of what the men's soccer World Cup brought in and what the women's World Cup brought in. That's all I did. One made billions, one made a couple hundred million. That's all I'm saying. That is factual information. I made nothing other than factual statements. That is it.
It seemed weird that you mentioned soccer. Could have called it football, you know. Just saying.
Oh, you're fucking reaching, dude. You're fucking
Yeah,
reaching.
right I am.
I'm right, you are.
Pulling ACL from stretching so hard.
Speaking of women, former AEW champion Thunder Rosa announced that she's going to be taking a little break. You guys, she had a nagging back injury a little while ago. If you remember, Britt Baker didn't believe she had a real injury. That was what that whole show was about. Britt Baker thinking she was a liar. Well, I guess that's kind of an ongoing injury, and she did announce on her vlog that she was going to be taking some time off, to some well-earned resting time to heal up from an injury. She didn't say exactly what it was, but I'm assuming it's probably got something to do with the back injury. So after the match, she had it all in. She is taking a little bit of a break afterwards, so we're not going to see her for a little while. Not that we saw her a lot anyway.
That was kind of my thought when I was going through this story. It's like she was saying that she needed a little bit of time off because she had been like just working so hard, and I was like, I've seen you like twice in the last like 4 months. Like, what are you doing when you're not on television?
Well, I mean, she does have her own company. She does have her own wrestling company, so she's probably doing that. And who knows? She's got her cooking show. She cooks in her underwear. If she has more time to cook in her underwear, I'm for that.
True.
And I'm very much in favor of her doing that. Very much.
I feel like the real truth of this story isn't so much that like she has a back injury as much as she just saw how everyone was reacting to like the Britt Baker sent out that tweet when Adam Cole retired, and everybody was just like calling her a bitch and telling her how much they hated her. She's like, well, my job's done here. I'm gonna go rest for a while. Everybody hates this bitch as much as I do, so it's time to skedaddle. Gotta go.
Haven't seen Britt Baker much either.
I am no longer needed. Norab says, do you see anyone that got fired from WWE going back this year? I mean, this is really the time of year where they bring people back. It's usually kind of the beginning of the year, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't see anyone making... That's a big list. I'd have to go over the list again. I can't even remember half the people they fired at this point. There's been so many this year. They've had a pretty good hit list this year. People they've gotten rid of. So I would have to go over that list real quick and maybe, but true. I agree with you. I think that this isn't the time they bring people back, but and Christmas. I mean, holidays are when they get rid of people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with it either, folks, but they do it all the fucking time.
I would like to know, should WWE and WNBA do a collaboration, a charity game? What do you think, Box? You think we should be doing some collaboration? I don't know. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that they haven't, because like fucking whatever anybody thinks of, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not out here watching the WNBA, but like fucking Caitlin Clark is a big celebrity at the moment. I'm surprised they haven't tried to latch onto that. pay her like a couple $1,000 to
Yeah.
go on TV and tell everybody how great Stephanie is. That wouldn't surprise me if that happened.
And I wouldn't be opposed to them doing any kind of charity game, anything for charity. I don't really shy away from. That wouldn't be that bad, to be honest with you. But I mean, what are you gonna do? Get a bunch of Alexa Bliss ain't gonna go out there and play basketball. Charlotte might be able to.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte Nia.
Ooh, Rhea, she's tall. She'll figure it out.
Well, can she wear her platform shoes? Because she has on like 3-inch platform shoes.
No, that'd be fun.
Rhea does. Hell yeah. Out there looking like Gene Simmons playing basketball.
Right on.
That would be pretty cool. That would be kind of cool. Now that I think about it, you're right.
See, okay, so Norrap actually is getting to the point more so than anything. He wants to know Corbin or Luke Gallows on the same thing. He wants to know if Baron Corbin or Luke Gallows is coming back. I wouldn't count on it, but who knows?
I wouldn't either. And, you know, I got to be honest with Gallows and Anderson both. How many fucking chances in each company do they get to have? Seriously. They've been in TNA multiple times. They've been in WWE multiple times. They've been in AEW a couple of times. But most companies they've been in multiple fucking times. How many chances do you get in each company to get yourself over? The only time Gallows was half over is when he was a stupid idiot that drooled when the bell before the bell rang.
Well,
that was the only character people actually enjoyed.
That's the funny thing is like with Corbin, I can actually kind of get the appeal of Corbin. It's like he's a solid like mid card level like heel, and he can play like a goofy character, he can play a serious character. He's willing to do pretty much anything you ask of him, so that he's valuable in a sense. But with like Luke Gallows and like you said, Carl Anderson, fucking whatever you want to call them, like every time they debut in a company, which is like 800 times over the last 5 years, like the first night that they're there, everyone's excited, and then just the next week, people realize it's like, oh hey, they got fired for a reason, didn't they? So yeah, they did.
Well, and it's the same thing every time. They come in as these big badasses, and within a couple of weeks, they're back there making fucking jokes and calling people nerds and being stupid. So it's the same fucking concept every goddamn time. They come in as these big badasses, but they end up being these funny guys because I don't know. They remind me of what a lot of people said Triple H and Shawn Michaels acted like years ago. That's what these two guys remind me of. Because a lot of people said Triple H and Shawn Michaels were just fucking jerk-offs. And like Cornette said, we let the jerk-offs jerk off. That's what we gave them. That's what we let them do in the ring. That's what DX came from. We let the jerk-offs go jerk off.
From what?
Luckily, it's stuck.
So I have to. All right, says they get unlimited chances. Luke Gallows is future Hall of Famer. Freaking Deacon, Fake King, Festus, Luke, Doc, DOC, and of course, Sex Fergus.
Gallows might be a future Hall of Famer, but I mean, fucking Coco Beware is too. I don't give a shit about the fucking Hall of Fame. If you forget, one of our first intros ever had me saying it's a fake Hall of Fame for a fake fucking sport, and I believe that still. Take the fucking check and shut your fucking mouth.
I feel like people would be more receptive to him being in the Hall of Fame than they were about calling Michelle McCool Hall of Fame thing.
That's why nothing upsets me about who they put in the Hall of Fame. It shouldn't upset anyone.
It's not even a real place. Like you said, okay, fake sport, fake Hall of Fame. It's not even like a real brick and mortar location.
No, there's probably a website that you can look on, and that's about it.
They have a fucking like GeoCities, like an Angel Fire for the Hall of Fame.
Here, let's see. I bet WWE doesn't even have an official website.
If you type in WWE Hall of Fame, it redirects you to their MySpace page.
Let's see. Type in WWE Hall of Fame, and I want to see.
Yeah, Norrap's right. He says,
"All right, you got the wiki." Oh, look. Okay. WWE does have a Hall of Fame page. I'm surprised, to be honest with you. I didn't think they'd put that much. But let's see, what does it go to? Let's see here. That brings up, let's see. Oh, first video, Michelle McCool and Undertaker. Bret Hart. Okay, this is all stuff from the recent one right here. That's all it is. It's just recent stuff. All recent stuff. There's no old stuff on here. Then it goes right into advertisements for Raw, SmackDown, SummerSlam, NXT, Evolution, Main Event, Speed, Evolve.
Mhm.
So there you go.
Nor-
Anyway,
Noreb says
I wish it went to MySpace. That would have been
it
better.
should. Says Noreb says it's still real to the
It's
fans.
good.
It's like, okay, well, true, but like the problem, and like we've talked about this a billion times, talking about probably a billion more, but there's no criteria. There's like no voting system. There's no like they have to receive X amount of votes or X amount percentage, and then like every year they let like 6, 7, 8 people in. However many, it's always more than 5. I feel like so like every year you're letting in like 6 people. So like eventually it's the law of average. You run out of motherfuckers, so you just got to put people in there whether they deserve to be in there or not. And it sort of like taints. I said taint the prestige of the Hall of Fame. So it's like it is what it is. True Noise says if Cheese Man
Exactly.
were more of a jerk off, he'd have less kids. I got some bad news for you. According to Cheese earlier, apparently the gravy train has been derailed, shut off. Apparently Cheese is not fucking these days.
Jerk off.
Noreb says, did you watch Collision? No, because it was on while we were on.
Yeah, I think it started right after we started. Right before we started.
For some reason, they just keep alternating between Thursdays and Saturdays, which seems like a surefire way to attract new viewers.
That's a great way. Just keep switching nights on them. That's a great way to keep your viewers involved.
I might watch because they're doing the
That's a
tag
great
team
way to do
tournament thing, so I might check it out, but I wouldn't guarantee that.
Well, one thing is guaranteed, Smark. That I can tell you. You know what that is? That is that WWE has announced their return to Japan. That's right. They're going Super Show. Once again, the Super Show. Super Show. They've announced dates of Friday, October 17th and Saturday, October 18th for this super show. They announced this just the other day. Excuse me, just 2 days ago on the 29th, that they're going to be going back. And they're going to be going back to a stadium in Tokyo that I am going to have a hard time pronouncing. Please forgive me. Reigoku Kokiyujikan. I don't fucking know.
Indeed.
Shit. Can you pronounce that any better than I just did, please?
The first one's Real Goku, but I don't know the second one.
Kokogi. Kokogi.
I can't say that you're wrong.
Let me try this. Let's see if I can get... Okay, it's a sumo arena. Why didn't we just say the fucking sumo arena? All right, let's see if we can figure this out. Hold on 1 second here. Oh, here we go. How to pronounce. Very difficult. Oh, and they're all in audio. I'm not playing the fucking audio. Maybe I should play the audio. Let's play the audio. That's what it's called. Did you hear that?
Honestly, no.
Okay. Well, the people that heard it, which is everyone else, it is called the... There you go. So enjoy that. And but they're going back there. So they announced they're going to have... They already got a few stars, obviously, looking at the poster. People already out that they're saying are definitely going to be there. Gunther, Jey Uso, Rhea Ripley, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, the New Day, Io Sky, AJ Styles, and a ton more people, obviously. But there you go. They are heading back. They're loving doing these overseas shows, man.
Mhm.
They must be raking in a lot of money doing these shows.
So Doreps
Oh,
has
they
no
didn't hear that
audio.
either, I guess. Okay.
So apparently I was paying attention. I didn't hear
All
it.
right. When
Uh,
I probably should have shared the
Doreps-
screen and then played it. That would have worked.
True says, brilliant idea by WWE. Now Meltzer will give every match in Tokyo 5 stars. See, he's on it. He figured it out. Every match is going to get 5 stars in the show.
Yeah, that'll happen too. We know that'll fucking happen. That'll definitely be one of the things that we hear. He'll love that. He will love that.
I have I'm subscribed to their YouTube channel, so I'll watch clips here and there, and it's kind of sad, but it's also kind of funny because you could watch Meltzer slowly start to deteriorate over time. Like I don't want to quite say dementia because that's a real serious thing and it's fucking terrible. But
Yeah.
Buddy is losing it. Like it was one of the funny things like the night of the pay per view, All In they did the All In, they did the Saturday Night main event. Alvarez asked him about Seth Rollins' knee injury, and he just paused for a second and said, "Fuck if I know," which made me laugh so very hard. It was amazing. I was like, "That's your job to know, motherfucker." And then there's clips here and there where if you watch Meltzer will say something and Alvarez will just stare blankly, confused as to what the fuck it was that he just said, because he just starts
Finally some fucking honesty, goddammit.
prattling and mumbling, and it's like, what the fuck? What was the point of that, Dave?
Finally a little honesty though. Jesus. what the fuck? God, fuck if I know. You should just say that more often, Dave, because a lot of times fuck if you know, and sometimes when you think you know, you're fucked because you thought you knew.
Mm-hmm. He's just like, look, I don't fucking know. This is a bunch of bullshit anyway. I've been
You
lying
really should say that
to
more. He should just say that more. If he doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm telling you now, his fucking WWE gravy train got shut the fuck off once TKO bought that company. I'm telling you it did. And once Triple H took over, oh yeah.
Once Michael Hayes got fired.
Hayes is still there. I just think they fucking told him, don't fucking call Dave no more when you're drunk. Well, okay, you know what? Call him when you're drunk. That's fine. But don't call him sober.
Well, I feel like they encourage him to call him when he's drunk. But that's also the only existence that Michael Hayes experiences.
Right. And that's when we get fake news. That's when Dave puts out some crazy story and we're like, this has to be fake. And then I immediately say, yeah, that was probably Michael Hayes drunk off his ass calling up old Dave. Come on, let's call old Dave. What are we going to tell him? What are we going to tell him? Oh, shit.
Rosa
All right.
in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, no. All right.
It says, I found out what PS stood for. Lame. He disagrees that Michael Hayes is purely sexy, which is what I was told the PS stands for.
I thought it was pretty sexy.
Was it pretty sexy?
Could have been. You might be right. I might be wrong. It does happen, and you can check it out while we're getting into the next story really quickly, Smark, which is yesterday, folks. It was not the best day for old Vince McMahon. Looks like he had a car crash on a Connecticut highway, wrecked his Bentley, damaged 2 other cars, and he was cited for reckless driving and following too closely. Actually, this accident happened last Thursday. This happened right as Hulk Hogan was hitting the news. This is what was happening. Vince was crashing his car, following too close after last Thursday morning's crash on Merritt Parkway in Westport. State police said in a report, no one was injured, was released on $500 bond in order to appear in Stamford Superior Court August 26th. Representatives from McMahon did not immediately return email messages on Wednesday. No shit. After the TMZ first reported the crash on Tuesday. I didn't see that. But there was a couple, a photo or two of the crash. Oh, that looks like the Bentley. That looks like Vince's car. Yikes. It does not say he was under any influence of anything, Norab, to be honest with you. Listen, he might have just found out Hulk passed. I mean, it started coming out in that morning. That definitely could be what happened. Is he just found out Hulk passed? He might have been in his car crying. But you see the photos taken that showed heavy damage to the front of the, that was his 2024 Bentley Continental GT. Oh my God. I have to see this. I have to know something. I have to know the fucking. I have to know that. I have to know the price of that car. Oh, no, I gotta know the price of that fucking car.
Probably not.
That is a 200. That's a $250,000 car.
Not anymore.
I can get a 2013 for $78,500 used. I can get a 2020 Bentley Continental, not GT, but a regular Continental for $184,000. That is a $250,000 car he has, the GT. No, it doesn't look like it's worth much right now, but
I'm sure you could haggle with him a little bit about that. Seems to have a bit of cosmetic damage.
That actually isn't as bad as you think it is. That's just fiberglass. All that's fiberglass damage, dude. Look at that. Mm-hmm. It's just fiberglass and tire damage. That's all that is. But still, man, I don't know. But I'm glad, obviously, no one got injured, which if you look at the damages on Vince's car, you might say, how in the fuck did no one get injured? But from what the police are saying, that there were no passengers, and there were no passengers. It was just drivers, and all three of the drivers were wearing their seatbelts. McMahon's airbags deployed. The BMW's airbags didn't, that he hit. So it seems like it wasn't that bad of an accident. Everyone was okay. Everyone got out. The guy he hit was 72. They all knew it was Vince McMahon. They were all talking to him as Vince McMahon once he got out of the car. So it doesn't seem to be like that big of a deal, but he does still have to go to court on August 26th. And not like this guy doesn't have the money to pay any fines or take care of anything that happens. So whatever.
You don't say. Maybe give him some house money.
Well, make him sign an NDA first, Mark. Come on now. Let's do this shit in order.
And imagine if they didn't know that it was Vince McMahon and he got out of the car doing the fucking Vince McMahon walk. You would be so worried. Oh man, I fucked that guy up big time. Look at how he's walking.
Vince McMahon's pretty. I think that voice would be like, "Holy fuck, you're Vince McMahon." I mean, come on. This is what he looks like now. I'd be like, "Oh my god, it's fucking Ricardo Montalban."
I would not be able to control myself. I would have to touch that fake ass mustache.
Come on, Vince. Deplane. Do it. You do it, Vince. Come on, do it with me.
I just want to lick my thumb and just see if I can get it to erase off it's fucking choking. It's real? Holy shit.
What was that, the first Naked Gun when Leslie Nielsen wiped the mark off of Gorbachev's head? I knew it.
So, really, Vince, you're going to lecture me about touching someone inappropriately. All right, whatever. Mm-hmm.
Dude, I gotta say, I'm a huge fan of Naked Gun. Every time I see a different trailer for the new one, I'm fucking way down to see it. I think it's going to be hilarious. Leslie Nielsen and Pam Anderson, their little off-screen thing they have going on, the little chemistry they have going on right now is just like adorable. She's like 20 years younger. I didn't realize she's basically my age. But he's like, I think he's like 72 or 76.
I gotta talk about people looking like Skeletor. Oof.
Who, Pamela Anderson?
Unless I saw a fucking fake photo. Like the last photo I saw of her, she looked fucking scary looking.
Well, she's not putting. She had something going on where she wasn't putting makeup on. She's putting a little more on now, but she's been going with no makeup, just completely natural. I mean, dude, she's 50. She's 50. I mean, I'm gonna be 50 on Monday.
Well, I'm not saying anything bad about people that are 50 or older. I mean, fucking look at Susan Sarandon, but like, fucking look at Selma Hayek. My God, man. But like,
yeah, but you got to remember,
rough. If she's not wearing makeup, she needs to use that fucking Homer Simpson makeup gun.
She did have plastic surgery in her younger years. Sometimes that makes you not age great. I mean, she did. If you look at her before and look at her after she was in Playboy, she had a lot. She was beautiful either way, but she became a different kind of. She became like almost. If I had to say, a type of pretty she was, you had that next door neighbor, really really gorgeous next door neighbor pretty, and then after her first few surgeries, she basically was kind of like 80s glam rock video pretty. That makes any sense.
So you're saying she looked like an effeminate dude?
No.
She looked like
there were
Michaels?
There were women in those videos also.
Just one, Tawny Katane, and she's gone now.
Like Tawny Katane. She was taking on the makeup, and I mean, we all saw her on Baywatch. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I think she looks great without the makeup. She's 50, dude. She looks fine for 50. And I don't know. I think it's going to be a funny ass movie. I think it's going to be funny as shit.
I mean, I hope it is. I hope it's a good movie. I hope that people that watch it enjoy it. But I don't. As somebody who also is a fan of the Naked Gun, I'm not really trying to see it personally.
As long as they're not trying to like remake or redo or have a new Frank Drebin, which is not what they're doing. This is his son. So they're not trying to make a new Frank Drebin. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to check it out. But we could quickly get into Dynamite. We're actually pretty deep into the show already. We're already an hour and 45. I got to be honest with you. Dynamite kind of flew by. It really did not. I mean, there were long matches and a few segments, but I thought the show went by very fast.
A large chunk of it was that title match.
True. Very true was that title match between Hangman and Moxley. But we started out with the tag team eliminator quarterfinal. And we had the Young Bucks come out. Actually, the Outrunners were out. The Young Bucks were already out. They got a total jobber entrance, the Young Bucks, up to the point where they didn't even get a name on the television. Look at this. Just says talent name. That's all it says. Talent name. Stat. Talent name. The story they're telling, if no one's figured it out, and I think all you guys probably have, you're very smart people. The story they're telling is that all these money matches and shit going on is Tony Khan blowing their salary. That's basically what it is. This is Tony Khan blowing their salary since he doesn't have to pay them. That's what this is. But the Outrunners came out, and Smark, can you explain to me why they were dressed like a box of Cool cigarettes?
Sort of. I mean, their whole aesthetic is that they're like an '80s tag team. So like smoking back in the '80s was a lot more socially acceptable than it is now.
Oh, Cool
I
had some merch back then. I they did.
I thought it was cool. Like somehow it fits what they're trying to do. I liked it.
It
I saw
does.
that. I noticed that too. I was like, then they look like a fucking pack of cigarettes. So this is pretty
They
cool,
did.
actually.
They did. They looked like a pack of fucking cools. But
What I would argue with the only real problem I have with this is like if you're telling the story that the Young Bucks are like they're not falling on hard times, they're like hapless now, they're like shit's going really bad for them. I kind of feel like you just have them lose because like if the whole idea is like everything's going bad for them right now, you can just say that they're distracted. And you can give the Outrunners a win. Like the problem I have with AEW at the moment is like it's kind of a little bit nitpicky, but like the faces, their face tag teams, the people that are like the tag teams that people actually getting behind, you keep having them lose. Like the Outrunners lose almost all the time. Speedball and fucking Kevin Knight lose all the time. Like the face tag teams that people want to get behind, you keep having them lose, and it's hard to like for them to build any momentum now.
yeah, it is. And you're right. And fucking Young Bucks. And I got a feeling they are going to start losing a lot, a lot, a lot. So, but they should have already been doing it. I don't know why. I'm with you. I don't know why they keep winning matches. They did win this match, as we said. After the match, you had Okada come down and join the Young Bucks while they were beating the Outrunners. Swerve came down. Swerve just came down to make the save. He took his time getting down there, though. He did take his time getting down there, but they all started taking out Okada, and it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. We had Mark Briscoe and Ricochet backstage with Renee Paquette. Ricochet had GOA with them. This was what it was. They had a match, obviously, later on in the night. We'll talk about that. And everybody was wondering what was going to happen with MJF this week after Bobby Lashley did his whole thumbs down thing last week. And MJF is back there. He's talking to Shelton Benjamin. Not Benjamin Shelton, Shelton Benjamin. He's talking to Shelton. And they're talking about Bob. And Shelton has this whole thing where he just looks at him and he's like, "Oh, you mean that watch you gave him? I was looking for your watch." Like, this thing's a fake. And basically he was like you. And then he's like, we knew this thing was a fake, even when you gave it to him. We've known for the whole time. But MVP kept us from kicking your ass out of this thing. So basically tells him he should leave before he's in a pool of his own piss. And then he tells him he is out of the Hurt Syndicate as far as he's concerned.
Give him the thumbs down.
Yep. That's 2 thumbs down. So we'll see what happens. I got a feeling we're going to see MVP and Bobby back next week. But after that, Smark, we got Christian Cage. And they're slowly building towards this face run. It's going to take a while because he's done some horrid shit, which he doesn't think some of it's that bad. The things he said about Copeland's wife and things like that, he didn't think it was that bad. Was it really that bad what I said? That's what he said. I like how they're...
It's funny because they're like trying to allude to shit without actually being able to allude to shit. Because he was like, "Man, you did a lot of despicable things in your career that they greatly benefited your career from doing so." And it's like, is he gonna say it? Is he gonna say?
He called him the opportunist.
Like, you started getting that big push like right after the Matt Hardy Lita shit happened. So I was like, are you really about to go that deep into it? All right, like, goddamn, man. But then he just like didn't say it. And I was like, all right, cool.
No, but I think us wrestling fans that know that story knew exactly where he was leading to. But he mentioned the whole opportunist thing. Edge, that opportunist character Edge played was pretty fucking ruthless and did some pretty horrid shit too. So yeah.
And to briefly cycle back to the Young Bucks thing, Norab wanted to know, so do the money matches before they lost their EVP status count as their salary not paid, like the 4 million peso match? If so, why do they not notice that they're losing money from their account? I'm assuming that the matches like before the winners win money stipulation matches were like Tony Khan paying. But if they weren't and they didn't notice, I would just say that like wrestling storylines are never really typically all that well thought out. So like it happens.
I don't think Tony. I mean, I never said that Tony has access to their account. He's not paying them as EVPs anymore. They're just wrestling talent, so he doesn't have to give them this exorbitant salary, is what the storyline is saying. My God, I didn't say he had access to their goddamn bank account. This is come on now. Although it would be direct deposit, so he kind of would have access, but that's deposit only. So.
True. And he was suggesting that Swerve took forever to get out there because maybe he was swerving in Vince's car. Swerve is an unsafe driver, according to the song. Yeah, he does. It does advocate reckless driving.
He does. But excuse me. But I like that this is going to have to be a slow burn after what just happened with these two. We have to slowly put this story back together with these two, with everything.
I kind of hope that they just keep the momentum going, and what it appears like they might be doing is like instead of Christian just flat outright trying to change, like outright completely 100%, they just sort of acknowledge the fact that he's an asshole, like he said.
Exactly, you said it.
Asshole, and they sort of just, their friendship perseveres in spite of that. They're just like, yeah, you're an asshole. I'm kind of an asshole too. We're not perfect people, but we couldn't get along, I guess.
It's going to be two assholes finding common ground to take out FTR. That's what's going to end up happening, in my opinion. Which is fine. Listen, the crowd loves when Christian called himself an asshole. They cheered for it. So they're going to keep doing this. This is definitely going to turn into exactly what we've been talking about for months at this point now. Christian and Edge, or basically Copeland and Christian against FTR. We've been talking about this for months.
Yeah.
Right after that, FTR and Stokely, speaking of them, were right backstage cutting a promo on Copeland. Stokely said Copeland was banned from the building tonight or last night, and says the Hurt Syndicate committed an act of cowardice. And then the Bucks came up and got disrespected. But again, I will say one more time, if they got the Hurt Syndicate as a modern day APA style team, I am 100% down for that. I would love that shit. Love it.
I think that's where we're headed. I think they're actually I didn't think they were going to for a long time, but I think we're headed towards a face turn for them too.
I got no problem with it. And like I said, I would not have a problem if there was some sort of modern day APA, type thing. I love it. I liked that back in the day. These two guys could really do some good with it. Not sure if I agree with the face turn. I think they would still be heels. You got to remember, to AEW, you can still be those heels, the cool heels that the crowd still loves, and they don't really mind that. So I'm not sure that they would go for a full face turn, but I definitely see what you're going. Almost like MJF was our scumbag.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the MJF thing. It's in concert, like them helping Edge, but then in concert with them also like appearing to give MJF the boot. Because like I can totally agree that you could be like that always pisses me off when people say that like the fans cheer them so their faces. It's like, no,
right.
You can be a heel and do heel things, but then be like good at your character or whatever. Be a cool heel and the fans like you, but you could still be like a bad person. Like Tony Soprano wasn't a fucking good person. He was just a compelling character. You can be a compelling character while being a scumbag, asshole, prick, whatever.
Steve Austin did heel type shit all the time as a babyface and got cheered for it. Right. I mean, it's just the way it is. We talked a lot about Stone Cold tonight. Christian should hire Ric Flair to be his manager. Why? I think Christian speaks better than Ric Flair right now. In this day and age, I think Christian is 100% better than Flair. don't get me wrong. If this were 1988, I would be like, hell yeah, that'd be fine with me. But Christian also would have probably been like 5.
Like how lucid is he these days? Because like, kind of just seems like he's not really in a position where he can be performing on a fairly regular basis, even if we were just talking like.
I wouldn't want him performing. I've said it before. I don't want to see Ric Flair on my television anymore. Not because I don't like him, but because it's sad. It is sad to see him in the state he's in now. I don't want to see him on TV. I want to remember Ric Flair for the greatness that he was, those awesome fucking promos that he would do, the crowd eating up every goddamn word. But no, I have to see Ric Flair, geriatric Ric Flair is what I have to fucking deal with in my life. I don't need that. I don't want that. I don't. And I hate to say this, but especially after Hulk Hogan passing, don't need that. I don't need Ric Flair out there too. Guy's got a pacemaker. I don't want him out there every week trying to scream and yell and talk. No. No. I don't want to watch him die in the ring one day trying to do fucking drop elbows on his jacket when he's not cleared to do it. Which is what he would do. I think we all know what Ric Flair would do. Everything he's told not to do.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. Is I think you can't necessarily, like. I feel like he'd still be willing to do it, but I feel like you can't necessarily get him to actually be safe. Like you could. There are ways around it that you could make it so that he's not like putting himself at danger, but like you can't trust him to actually follow through with the commitment of not doing anything that's going to put himself into danger.
I wouldn't want the risk of a Ric Flair dying on my watch. If I was a Tony Khan, let's say that. Let's just say if I was Tony Khan, I wouldn't want that on my head. Not, oh my God, in this climate, could you imagine? Oh my Lord, the sloppy shop jokes. Oh, Tony would be dead. He'd be dead. Dead. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that on my head. I'm telling you, I think there was a reason they didn't talk about Darby Allin before he climbed that, did the Mount Everest hike or climb, whatever you want to call it. People have died doing that. So why would you want to put that out there? Time to focus on the next generation. Rosy cheeks, David. Oh my God, poor Dave. Come on now.
Fucking Titantron. With just Ric Flair looking disappointed.
He did
Best
have the
theme
rosy
song in the
cheeks.
game, though. I mean,
and he did have the rosy cheeks. I agree.
He fucked Stacy Keibler, so I mean, his career went better than like Gary Bischoff's did.
I'd have rosy cheeks if I fucked Stacy Keibler myself.
I mean, there are people who are like viewed as equally terrible second generation, third generation wrestlers that didn't get to do that. Like the fucking that Manu guy, the fucking Bill Watts kid.
Yep. I remember. Yeah, you're right. That's not a bad, that wouldn't be a bad thing on a resume. Fuck Stacy Keibler. I would fucking put it.
Imagine
if I had it on
just
mine.
living the rest of your life knowing that you're Eskimo brothers with both Scott Steiner and fucking like Alex Rodriguez. Like that is a wild fucking just 3-man roster.
You do what
and
you
George
do.
Clooney. Fuck. Oh no, Alex Rodriguez is Tori Wilson. Never mind. George Clooney.
That was Tori Wilson. Yeah, that was Tori Wilson. But anyway, back to AEW. We had as you said, the championship match. Smark. That this pretty much most of the show was dedicated to talking about and doing. It was Hangman Page and Jon Moxley. Everyone was banned from ringside, which worked until the ref got knocked out, of course. And yeah, I did notice the same thing Norab just posted. Why was the main event so called in the middle of the show? That's how they do it sometimes. It wasn't a bad thing.
What I would argue with It's like,
Mhm.
okay, I could see the idea of like it's a world title match, so it should be the main event because you want the title to be the most important thing. That is very sound logic. That is hard to argue with. However, I don't think there's anybody that watched that match that thought that Moxley was winning the belt back. So it's like
True.
it makes sense to like if you have a match that is like that predictable that you do put it like maybe the middle because like you
Uh-huh.
still have a good match, you still have something to keep the people entertained, but then you have a main event that's a little bit more unpredictable because I mean I honestly the main event I didn't know who was going to win that one. The actual main event, not
Yeah.
the title
Yeah.
match.
Yeah. With Briscoe and Ricochet. I wasn't sure either, but yeah, I that's a good point. You're right, and you're right, and not many people were expecting Moxley to win. I don't think anybody expected them to take that title off of Hangman right now with all they put into him getting it. I wouldn't think they would, but we had while this whole melee was going on, and like I said, ref was knocked out. All of Death Riders came down to the ring. You look up, and there's Darby Allin standing on outside of one of the balconies. They were once again at that same arena, or not arena, ballroom. I like that place. I think it's got a nice little intimate feeling to it. And he just dove right off the fucking balcony. That guy is fucking nuts, man. Fucking
Yeah,
nuts.
that was a cool.
And took out security and the Death Riders. And then that gave Hangman enough time to hit a buckshot lariat and a Deadeye for the win.
Mm-hmm.
Good match. I thought it was a very good match.
And by the by, since you did mention the venue, it's going to be a new one next week.
Yes. Yeah. They're not there next week. This was their last week there. Then we had the ROH Women's Championship. That was Athena and Billy Starks. They defeated Tony Storm and Alex Windsor. Athena actually pinned Tony Storm. Dude, Athena's getting over. Jim Ross gave her some great praise on his podcast this week for Athena, and I agree with it. I've said before, I think she is really good. Maybe she just wanted a little time off to be in ROH, not be on TV. Maybe she just wanted not to be on TV for a while. I don't care. She's on TV now. She's over. People seem to like her. And like I said, I think she looks great when she's out there in the ring. I really do. So her and Tony Storm are going to have a good feud for the next few weeks and or months. You know, Tony Storm's feud seems to last a while, so this could go on a while. But I am very happy to see Athena. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying, I think if you look at like the time frame of like when she ended up going to Ring of Honor, there's a lot of people there. Like the title divisions are a lot more top heavy or a lot more filled out than they are now. Because I think at this around about the time you had like Jade was there, like Britt Baker was getting pushed, Thunder Rosa was getting pushed, fucking Saraya was getting pushed, kind of, sort of, a little bit. Like there's a lot of people there that was like there was two belts and like a shit ton of people that were vying for them, and like you just weren't going to get a lot of attention or a lot of screen time there anyway. So instead of getting lost in the shuffle, she goes to Ring of Honor, she builds up a reputation for her there, she gets to hold the title. And now she's like on Dynamite, and people want to see her win the belt, and people actually care about her instead of her just, you know, again, getting lost in the show.
Yeah, I think she's up for a very good run, and I think the crowd's going to be behind her, even though she's playing this heel character. I think the crowd's still behind her. They're just happy to see her. I really feel that a lot of people are just happy to see her on weekly television. I'm one of them. Very happy to see Athena back on weekly TV. Hope they keep it up with her because I think she's a great athlete. I really like her in the ring. And I think she's been cutting good promos. Just think she's good. So we had a kind of after the match interview with Renee Paquette with Hangman. Interrupted by MJF, of course, because MJF always interrupts Hangman. Called Page a coward for not defending his title against him without using the casino, without using the gauntlet contract. So you have Hangman calling MJF the coward, saying he can't do it without using that contract. But Hangman said, "I'll tell you what, I'll give you a title shot if you can beat Mark Briscoe," which we did find out will be the match on next week's Dynamite.
Mhm.
I think Dynamite, right? Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So we will see. Then Willow, we had this whole thing with Willow and Tekla. Now they're calling her. I don't get it. Why did we suddenly silent the H? What did the H do? What did the H do to us that we had to silence the H? I think this is wrong. This is not constitutional. You cannot silence an H.
Hell yeah.
I don't even know what that is, but you can't silence it.
Can't silence CH.
Can't do it. That's it. We're gonna put a hashtag no silent H together. We're gonna start a GoFundMe to get the H back. Rallies. We're gonna blame this on fucking Trump. We're gonna get more people at the rally.
I'm gonna dress like a Viking. I'm gonna storm the Capitol.
I'm gonna find that techno Viking fucking guy and bring him. And we're gonna fucking do this shit up right. We're gonna have fucking beer. We're gonna have liquor. We're gonna get some weed. We're gonna do this in some fucking good state. We're gonna fucking do this. We're gonna get that H back in her name. Or we just not give a fuck and call her a little hottie.
I'm calling it Thecla until just for now and time to continue on. I was about to say I don't want to acknowledge silent letters being a thing, but then I realized that if I take a strong tangent on being like anti-silent letter, being a native of Illinois, that doesn't look good. Because I don't like it when people call it Illinois. So it's like, no, I don't know if I really can, how strong I can stand on this hill. It's a very flimsy argument that I'm going to have on my hands.
It is a little tough for you, but I get it. But oh shit. Anyway, I was just kidding. I don't care about the age. I don't care. I think I wouldn't mind calling her little hottie. Definitely looking to see more. I definitely want to see more of her, though. Like I said, we said last week, that group seems to be a very fitting group, and I think those three girls, her, Sky Blue, and Julia Hart, are going to do some good stuff together in the long run. I think it's going to take a little bit for them to get gelled, but I mean, some people are gelling right now, but
I kind of don't like the clash of like what's going on here, though, because like I like Willow. I'm starting to like Willow more than I had in the past. Because like she can go in the ring, but like you have Thecla and she's doing this stable with the two other girls, Julia Hart and I always forget the other one, Sky Blue. And like they're this like evil, scary, like maniacal heel group that like you're supposed to like consider to be this big threat and this intimidating force and whatnot. And then like they do these like cool little vignettes, and then you cut to Willow talking about it. And she's like talking like she's Tony Khan, but she's making him sound like he's Yosemite Sam, and she's like doing these weird impressions and like sing song dancing type shit. And just like, well, this is a very weird tonal shift that I don't necessarily get behind.
I don't know. I just want Thecla to take more pictures of her in the pool in a bikini.
Hey.
Loved it. I don't care if she's drinking fucking White Claw. That wouldn't be a deal breaker. Anyway, folks, we did have this main event, which I have no problem with this being the main event. I actually thought it was a good main event. Listen, Mark Briscoe, entertaining as hell. On the mic, I like the guy. In the ring, I think he's still entertaining. He goes out there, he's loud, he does all kinds of funny stuff. He's an entertaining dude. But this match here I thought was really good. Luckily, we had Mark Briscoe get the win here, which I was happy to see, even with all the help that Ricochet was getting from GOA. Luckily, though, what's his name? Briscoe got a little bit of help from Bandito and Brody King during the match. And after that victory, we get Briscoe attacked from behind by MJF. But Paige came out to make the save. And that is when we got the match announced for next week on MJF versus Mark Briscoe. But all in all, I think this was a pretty fast flowing show.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I really think it was. I mean, we got through that pretty fast. We got through that in like 15 minutes. So, not that I rushed through it, but it was just a very well oiled machine of a show. It flowed very well.
I think most of the show was like this, that everything was kind of interconnected for the most part. Like a lot of the storylines flowed into each other, and it like set up matches and everything. So it was like it was the regular 2 hour show, but there was only like 2 or 3 things that like we talk about because they all go together. They're all interconnected. True North wants to know about our rallies against the silent letters. Is formal wear at these rallies like hoods and such required?
No,
No hoods. You know, you want to be
no,
you want to be
jeans,
inclusive.
jeans, t-shirts. Your hair can be whatever color you'd like. I don't care.
But we don't want to be that inclusive. You know what I'm saying?
No, no hoods. I don't really like not knowing the people that I'm talking to.
I say that we also ban like D&D players because we don't want anything that has anything to do with dragons associated with this rally. So let's just go ahead. If you're into science fiction, you're not allowed either. We don't want there to be any weird gray areas, so we'll just keep it that way. But yeah, it was a good show. Like I liked the Mark Briscoe promo at the end because it was he has never really been asked to do like super serious promos because that was always really more of Jay's job, and then he just like kind of said something that was funny or interesting.
Right.
Like one of the last promos they did, he was cut there. Jay was cutting this fucking super intense promo on FTR, and Mark Briscoe's just standing behind him eating an ice cream sandwich, and it had nothing. It didn't tie into the promo at all either. Like he just wanted an ice cream sandwich, and he was eating it.
We
while
played
Jay
that
was talking
promo.
about it. It was fucking.
We played
wild.
that.
Like, so it was just cool. It was cool to see him like trying to transition into like a serious character when the time calls for it, and like him saying that he's like made peace with the fact that he's not going to see Jay again because like what he's going to do to MJF, he's not going to repent for it because he's going to love it. And it's like, wow, that's some pretty dark shit. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they are getting into some, but it's good. And like I said, I really, and I don't need Mark Briscoe to be out there being this crazy serious character. I just like what he's doing. He's taking himself more seriously. We don't need Mark Briscoe to be this crazy, like 007 type character or anything, but take yourself a little more seriously. Take the matches a little more seriously. Look, I still want him to go out there and do fucking redneck kung fu and shit and be loud during his matches. I love it. That's what I like about Mark Briscoe.
Oh yeah, I think he should still continue to be himself, but then just every now and again there are situations where being a little bit more serious promo wise is going to be necessary, and it's just cool to see that he can pull that off. Because like conversely, I was watching an interview, and I don't know if this is like just setting up for something character wise. I would hope, but I was watching like one of the shows that they put up on their AEW YouTube with Juice Robinson and Renee. Yeah, and he was saying that like the time that he was gone, he didn't know if he really wanted his legacy to be like the wild guy that looks like the honeycomb mascot that pees on people or pretends to pee on people. And I'm like, you're listing all the shit that you do that's cool that people like about you. Like, why are you suddenly deciding that you're gonna I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be as boring as humanly possible? It's like, no, what the fuck are you doing? No, do not become overly serious, boring wrestler guy who's beat like fucking 40 people on the roster that fit that bill.
I say let's see where it goes with Juice, but I do agree he was kind of the crazy thing is what everybody kind of liked about him. But I mean, as long as we keep getting the Mark Briscoe we're getting, I'm fine with it. And it makes total sense that he would take this feud more seriously. This guy talked about his brother. He brought his brother into this, his dead brother. This makes total sense why you would take this more seriously. So I like this whole story they're telling. They've actually got some, really, really deep storylines going on these shows that they're continuing with, and I'm glad.
Right.
So it's definitely a good thing. But like I said, I thought Dynamite went pretty smooth this week. I thought it was a nice, smooth running show. But that is all I've got, man. I got nothing else. I actually thought we were going to be done way quicker, but we definitely got through Dynamite quick.
Well, I think lastly, Norab would like to know, should Ryan Reeves return? No more Ryback. No more Ryback.
that guy is a fucking attention whore. No, don't bring him back.
I mean, he's doing all right for himself. The fact that he does like food reviews now just seems to like fit his whole aesthetic perfectly. So it's like, all right, yeah, let him be food review guy. That's a good spot for him.
He's basically a douchey Joey Swole, is what that motherfucker is.
Oh, now you're gonna make me want to see him come back because I like the idea of him.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I like the idea of him being evil Joey Swole, just like this guy that encourages people to bully fucking people at the gym. That would be fucking sweet as fuck. Where it's like, yeah, shame that fat person. Shame them.
No.
Is that how much you bench, you little bitch boy? Like, that would be sweet as shit as a gimmick. Yeah, you figured it out. Bring him back. Make him evil.
You could use someone else for that. You could find someone else, some other bald asshole to use for that instead of fucking that guy. You know what the problem is? I wouldn't. There's that, but I honestly wouldn't want to give Ryback money or a platform or anything. I think the guy's kind of a piece of shit. Honestly, I do. Don't hate him, but I think he's kind of a piece of shit.
That's what they should have done to like make Punk leave, so they didn't have to fire him. It was like you just hire Ryback, just like book them in a match together. Be like, all right, now what? You want to walk around choking people out? Now you got to wrestle Ryback again. You happy about that?
Bring in the tables.
Y'all motherfuckers are having a scaffold match. Make it work.
Did you see Punk's face? Oh no. Rick Boogs. I liked Rick Boogs, but he was a kind of one-dimensional. I think he had a lot more. They didn't really give him any chance to show it. You're right. They could use Rick Boogs for that character, but he had hair. Joey Swole's bald. Probably bald from steroids.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not saying anything I'm sure everybody else hasn't thought. You're bald from steroid, dude.
You know, that is funny. I will actually say, kind of. Like, I was watching a video about, like, the negative effects of steroids, and, like, for a minute there, like, I would never actually do it, but I was, like, kind of just like, maybe. And, like, they were listing all the shit that could happen, where it's like, you could, like, your life expectancy shortens. It's like, all right, whatever. It's like, this could happen, that could happen. He's like, and you could go bald. I'm like, well, fuck that. Like, the whole genital shrinking thing, don't care. The whole, like, life expectancy shortening, don't care. Like, but I don't want to go bald. I like my hair.
No, but it shrinks your balls, too. You can get heart disease from it quicker. You're more susceptible to heart disease down the road.
Well, that was the whole point of that being fucked up, was that I didn't actually care about the medical things, but the cosmetic part, I was like, well, no, that's a bridge too far.
Kidney failure, liver failure, all your organs, honestly, start getting a little stress on them, because if you're carrying that much mass around, your organs are stressing too. So, dude, there's a lot of fucking shit that's fuck your body up. Again, I'm not sitting here as some fucking, don't do any drugs. It's your fucking life. I have no problem with it, but there is so many side effects to the steroids that first of all, I was never a bodybuilding type of guy. I could never get that big either way. I worked out for almost 2 years and I didn't gain muscle. I just got so ripped. It was ridiculous. I said, fuck that. This shit ain't for me. Taking weight gainer, protein powder, all that shit. I didn't fucking gain anything barely. I gained like 2 pounds. So, not for me. It's not for me. I'd rather just fucking sit around, drink beer, get a beer gut, and not give a fuck about that. That's my life. And I'll be 50 Monday, so I'm probably going to have to start making some changes at the age of 50, which I don't want to do, but I don't like change.
Start taking me to the gym with me. We'll hang and bang like bros.
Oh, dude, I'm not going to the gym.
We'll find the one that Velveteen Dream got kicked out of. God, I would pay anything to be able to go back and just see that happen with my own eyes. Like, everybody talks about, like, if you could go back in time, or if you could be anywhere to see, like, any event happen in wrestling, like, what match would you see? What pay-per-view would you go to? Like, no. Like, I want two things. I want to see Velveteen Dream get kicked out of that gym, and I want to see that Waffle House fight between Teddy Hart and CM Punk. Like, if I saw that
Oh,
with my own eyes, I could die a happy man.
see, I would go back and add myself to the Brad Maddox videos.
You want me to go up the camera?
No, I wouldn't be holding the camera. No, 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 no. That's what I would do. If I really could go back and watch something, that's what I would do, and be involved in
Okay.
that. That would have been a fun time. That's what I would do. I mean, if there were some sort of weird wrestling time machine like that's what I would do.
I gotta say, I was never really super into Paige. I was never really a big Paige guy. Like, I appreciate her technique and her thoroughness because, like, cheers for her for being so down and willing. But I was never really a big Paige guy.
I like the freaky goth girls. What can I say?
I mean, I respect her commitment. She's not a
I
quitter.
still no, and like I said, I still like the freaky goth girls. Something about it. Let's see. Would rather be a boxer and fight Mike Tyson in his prime, or a bodybuilder and be a part of the WWBF?
It seems like a really easy question to answer because, like, in one scenario, you get to be a bodybuilder, so you're ripped and you're jacked and, like, you're competing professionally and seemingly you're in good health, unless it just means you're on steroids and you're about to die. In the other scenario, you're about to get your ass whooped by Mike Tyson, so, like, you're going to die
Yeah,
for sure.
but I want to point something out. He's saying Mike Tyson in his prime. Boxing when Mike Tyson was in his prime, these guys are making like $50 million a fight. So,
So what you're saying, I think,
and
is like
bodybuilding can do that. Shit ruins your body. I'm sorry. People cannot carry that mass around the whole time. So, as easy as it may sound, I'm taking the beating and the money.
let's see, True North has the right idea. He says, "Get on the ICO Pro, brother." Yeah, I'm doing the fucking WBF. I'm fucking more ICO pro than man. I have it running through my veins. I'm competing with Lex Luger. Like, this is fucking fun as hell. Versus, like, okay, I get the idea of fighting Mike Tyson and you just take a dive before, like, as soon as the bell rings. Somebody probably has money on that fight, and somebody that probably is involved with some sort of, like, illegal crime syndicate. So, like, all right, you take the money, you take the dive, and then, like, some mobster, you end up in their trunk. Like, I don't want to risk that. I'm going full WBF, and I'm going to be fucking strung out on ICO Pro. Fucking time of my life.
I don't know, man. I'm still taking the money.
True North says, if I had access to a wrestling time machine, I'd go back and show Charlotte Flair a photo of her current face and ask her to identify the person in the photo.
You could do that with 90% of the fucking celebrities out there. Who is this in this photo? I don't remember. No, I know you don't. I'm sorry. If you go back and look at a picture of what Charlotte Flair looked like before she started having all the surgery, you'd be surprised. She was actually a very, like, almost, as we were saying before, like this girl next door, gorgeous, beautiful girl, and she's ruined herself, as far as I'm concerned. Like I said, I think Becky Lynch looks like she could eat a couple cheeseburgers, in my opinion. She's looking unhealthy, fragile. Fragile. I know they all want to look ripped and this and that, but my God, Becky, I like you a little thicker. I think everybody might have.
I hear you. So,
Seth needs something. Give him something to grab. He's Latin, goddammit. Last name is fucking Lopez. Give him something.
That's true.
I'm sorry, Smark. Please go ahead. I didn't mean to be crude in the middle of your sentence.
No, I was just wondering out loud if we're calling this wrestling time machine or Charlotte's Skeletor.
Yeah. What else would I do if I had a wrestling time machine, real quick? If I had a wrestling time machine. Tell Hulk Hogan he's being recorded when he goes to talk to his son Nick.
Go back
Hulk,
in time.
did you know prisons record every conversation you have? Did you know this? Just want to let you know. Later, brother. I don't know if I would. That's probably not what I would do. Well, really, what?
I mean, honestly, I'd probably just spend a lot of time just, like, dicking around in, like, 90s. Well, there's only one ECW, and it was all 90s, so like mid 90s ECW, just like doing fucking acid with the Sandman. That'd be pretty cool.
Could go back and put a bullet in Benoit before he takes out his wife and kid.
Go back in time and just tell Loki that he's doing a great job and keep it up. Like, no, everything you believe is totally true. Just keep on going. Keep on shining, you crazy diamond.
Yeah, do that. Could go back and tell Austin when you hug Vince, fucking stun his ass, because that fucking baby, that heel run was awful. There's a lot of things we could do. Trying to think of something like important. Could go back and, I mean, I would say go back and do something with the screw job, but Brett was such a little bitch and had to win. I want to win when I leave. I want to win. Win. Little fucking pain in the ass. You have to win. It's still real to Brett. Fuck you.
He did have a really good comment that I saw the other day about it. They were talking to him about like Goldberg feeling like his Hall of Fame speech, or not Hall of Fame, his retirement speech got cut off too soon. Yeah. And Bret Hart said, I would have cut it off as soon as his entrance music hit. And I was like, all right, that's good shit. Like, I appreciate, like, just there's something about his level of just bitter, like, anger. Like, because it's very concentrated. It's only aimed towards, like, 5 people. Like, he's not out here just, like, shitting on an entire company or an entire style of wrestling. He just very much hates Goldberg, Triple H, and, like, Hulk Hogan. I think he used to.
Fine. And just, I have never said a word about Bret Hart's technical wrestling, or I have no problem with it. He's just a boring promo and a whiny little bitch. Guy can wrestle. I'll say it. But he's a boring promo and a whiny little bitch. I don't think that's too far-fetched to say.
He's definitely a grumpy fucker, but I like his particular brand of grumpiness.
That's fine. I'm not saying you can't do that. You know you can.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone disagrees with me about Bret Hart. Most people do. Some people don't, but most people do disagree with me about Bret Hart. I've never once criticized his wrestling, his technical skills, any of that. I've held steady that he is a boring promo and a whiny little bitch. That's it. Doesn't make him a bad person. Makes him a whiny little bitch, but not a bad person. I've known plenty of whiny little bitches.
That's true.
Yeah, absolutely. Throughout my life, I've known plenty of them.
Use the wrestling time machine to stop Leo Rush from making his retirement announcement. Like, hey, look, this is going to make you a very powerful enemy someday.
No, how about fucking stay retired, you little fucking shit? Either retire or don't.
That's how you're actually going to use his wrestling time machine. You go back in time, you grab Leo Rush from like 2 or 3 years ago when he was allegedly retired, and then you like fast forward to like, what was it, 98 or 99, and you just like replace him in the fucking Blue Blazer outfit. You're like, all right, have fun, Leo.
Go back in time, tell Roderick Strong, don't bother.
You don't got what it takes.
That's all I would say. Look, Roddy, don't bother. Don't bother. You don't go far. I'm from the future. Don't bother. You'll make more money waiting tables. Just go do that. Okay. Go bartend. Go bartend. You'll need a stool, but you can go bartend.
Like, look, you can only get shit from the middle shelf. You're not getting fucking Grey Goose today. You're getting Tito's or nothing. I can't reach that out.
I don't mind Tito's. That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. This is actually kind of fun, even though we've gone a little long here.
Like, I would. That's the thing, is I wouldn't use it for anything practical. I would just use it for like just recklessly
for fucking around
bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do that. You could Oh, let's see. My God, what else would I go back and try to stop? Tell Cornette not to slap Santino? Nah, that can happen. I don't care about that. That's backstage bullshit. I don't care about.
Allegedly, there
Uh,
was a story where like Cornette pulled a gun on Brock, and like I would have like if you're using a wrestling time machine, I just go back in time and just like steal the gun. So then that way he reaches for the gun. He's like, "I'm gonna blow your ass away." Like, doesn't have anything, and Brock just stomps the shit out of him. Like that'd be fun.
that would. That would. We could. You know, Norm, I swear to God, I was just thinking, go back and tell Vince, let Shane run WCW. I was thinking a WCW thing myself. Go back, tell Vince after he bought WCW, let Shane run it. Let you two should be competing on the same night. That's what should happen to this show. And
Yes.
Nora, if I had to go back to anything with TNA, it would be tell Dixie, let Paul Heyman hire and fire whoever the fuck he wants. Because if that had happened, they might be in better shape today.
I think
If she
honestly,
had,
if you want to go back in time and save WCW, I think that's how you do that too. Is like you just go
yeah,
back and you're just like, hey, look, Heyman's here. Like, just be nice to him, and like maybe you let him book things instead of Bishop.
yeah.
Because
And I
if you
mean,
have
well,
fucking Heyman's booking ideas with the Turner money, to where like he doesn't have to like he can actually keep fucking Stone Cold around. He can keep Eddie Guerrero. He can keep Rey Mysterio. He can keep fucking Kurt Angle was in ECW for like a second until Sandman fucking crucified or got crucified. So it was like he was only there for a night, but like he wanted to use Kurt Angle's. Like all of these people could have been in fucking WCW. WCW could have been alive and kicking.
you could go back and tell Paul Heyman, don't let Sandman do that angle.
That is true.
Yeah, you could. There's so many things we could go back and you just think of bad storylines, bad things that we watched, bad things that we endured. Go back and, oh my God, tell somebody to stop with the Roman Reigns push when we didn't want it. There's so many things we could go back and do, but I don't know. I think like I said, I think if you wanted to do something important, you'd put a bullet in Benoit before there you, true. Go back and sell Chris Benoit home gym equipment. You put a bullet in him before he can do any of that bad shit. That's what I would do. I think that'd be an important thing to do. Oh, you could also go back to that same time and tell Vince you might not want to have a tribute show to him.
Or at the very least,
Just saying.
at the very,
Things are going to come out during the
at the
show.
very least, like, hey, buddy, hold up on that exploding limo storyline. You just maybe put that on the shelf for about 2 months.
Yeah. Oh, and Vince, one other thing. When you think it's a good idea to use the N-word in a promo, even though it's funny, don't do it.
And you'll be really surprised to know that that is one of the like less controversial things you'll end up getting in trouble for.
That's the whole. That I left. That whole thing is what made me leave Solid Monsters group.
That's actually not going to be the worst thing that you ever done or ever did. It's actually going to get worse for you.
No, it certainly wasn't. It certainly wasn't, and it still might not be. Who knows? There's still time left. You know what I mean? All right. I think we should wrap this up, if that's all right with you, Smark. Do your thing.
You got it.
Do your thing. Talk about boobies. Oh no, I'm sorry, titties. No, tits.
Tits, boobs, breasts, jugs. It's totally inappropriate team sports, as it were. We are currently on hiatus, but next month, since it is apparently, as of right now, August, we are coming back in September. The Hall of Fame game was this. It already happened. It was tonight, so football is on the horizon. It's back, and we are going to be there to talk about it. So come check us out. Archive is available. Fucking 5 years of shows. Go ahead and check us out. Totally inappropriate team sports on the YouTube.
There you go. Go check it out. Get caught up so when the sports start, you are informed and ready to go.
Chris says you go back and watch the Shockmaster debut. That's something.
Yeah, you could do that. You also might want to tell him be careful. Watch the floor. Tell Brock not to answer Vince's texts.
I like how to like really sort of like isolate that. He doesn't want to help anybody else in the situation. Just Brock. He doesn't want to convince Vince not to do this shit. Just like, hey, Brock, like get a new phone, pal.
That's crazy. Oh my God. Like I said, there's a ton of stuff we can go back and do. Folks, I will bring out Hollywood Hangout, bring it back, not this week, but next week. So after my birthday, I'll bring it back. So I already got a few things in mind that I want to do. I do want to get with Smark and do a Woodstock 99 show. We're going to talk all kinds of smack about that shit. So want to definitely get with him and get that together. But I do need to bring that back. And I apologize again. My God, it's like I do this all the time. But again, I think it's because I have no co-host and there's no one there to tell me we got to do it. So I don't know. It's weird. But anyway, folks, I will get that going. But you can check out me and Smark here next Thursday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be back here talking all of your wrestling. Will I review the Superman movie? I haven't seen it yet, but there's a few more movies I do want to review from this year. The Stuttering John movie is going to take me a while to get to. Probably like a year, maybe 2, maybe 3. Well, who a time machine? No, forget it. Okay, I would. Okay. Anyway, don't forget to check us out, folks. You know what to do: like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you, NoRab, for the early birthday wishes. Monday, unfortunately, I will be 50, but the good news is I made it to 50. So. There we go. And yeah, that those monster trucks were it was cool, but that place was when I told one of my customers I went there, and this was his answer to I said, we went and saw the monster trucks down there in Kilgore at Lone Star Speedway, and he went, "Isn't that a meth lab now?" I don't think, not yet.
I could have got some,
but close. Oh, you could have. Yeah, he definitely could have. This place looked like fucking like Sandy Shores in GTA 5. It was weird, but there you go, folks. Definitely, we'll be back next week, as I said. Check us out next Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a good weekend, everybody, and we will talk to you around that time, as usual. See ya.